Hello, 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 hello. Hiya, 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 hiya. Hello, hello. Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Random show, random show, random show. Day 7, day 7, day 7. We made it. Oh, shit. Fuck's sake. Alright, cool. Day 7. My fucking thing's going crazy. Day 7, we made it. Day 7, we made it. No interruptions. No skipping of a day. We made it. Day 7. One whole week. No interruptions. No skips. No misses. No nothing. We made it. 7 days. 7 days. First week done in the fucking can. We did it. Okay? First week done in the fucking can. Really fucking happy about that. No fucking skips. No fucking skips. Even last night where I fucking fell asleep. We're not fucking playing. No fucking skips. So really happy about that. So let's keep it going, innit? Let's keep it going. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Gonna get through some we're gonna finish the golden hour thing. We're gonna finish up some other bits and bobs, loose ends, and then take it from there. So big up everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Never, ever, 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 ever a chore. So just keep that in mind. Always a pleasure, never fucking a chore. And yeah, man, we're here, ready to rock, ready to rock, ready to rock. What are you guys saying in the stream chat? Let me know. What are you guys saying? I see you, Caterpillar. I see you, Timo Kazi. I see you, Gamebred. I see you, Jordan Ray. I see you, Koila Wagwan. I see you, I see you, I see you. What's happening, people? Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. I'm doing splendid. Thank you for asking. I'm doing splendid. Thank you for asking. What's I got here? Hold on, let me just quickly make sure I got all this going where it needs to be. Bang, bang, boom. Refresh this. Make sure everything is going where it needs to be. Bear with me one sec here. Bish, bash, bosh. Oh yeah, big up. Yeah, cool. There we go. Boom. Boom. Yeah, big up, what's that? Great card last night. Yeah, oh, I probably got to watch that. Yeah, I got to download that. Cool. I'll download that and rewatch that tomorrow. Actually, I'll download that and rewatch tomorrow. I'll download it all and rewatch it all tomorrow. But I completely missed that card. But everyone's going crazy. Everyone's crying over the fucking Henry Cejudo decision. Everyone's crying over that. I see some people saying, fucking no, like an Olympic gold medalist getting like out grappled by some guy that hangs out of Frank Ocean. The UFC is a brutal sport, man. The UFC is a brutal sport. Father time comes ticking. Father time is always undefeated in it, no matter who you are, man. That sport is brutal. Some random he's even got a septum ring, I think, isn't it? He's even got a septum ring. I kind of like that guy, man. I kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like him. But yeah, big up everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you. Always a pleasure. Always a fucking pleasure. Big up Grown Baby Golf. I see you. Hope you're good, my guy. Hope you're good. Oh, nice. Okay, look. Was at a wedding last night. Proper smash. Oh, weddings. That's one of the things That's one of the things I kind of kick myself about for not being more social, for not having more friends. I don't get invited to a lot of weddings. You know, that's one of the only things I regret about not being more social, not having a bigger friendship circle. Because weddings are fun, bro. Weddings are fun, man. Like, weddings are a vibe. I think they're more of a vibe when you have when you either know the people really well or you don't know them really well. In the middle, it's a bit mad, but I think weddings in general are vibes. The thing I love, you know what I like most about the weddings? I'm not gonna lie. You know what I love most about the weddings? I love about the weddings is talking to the older folks, like of the extended family, especially of the groom or the bride. I love it. I don't even care about talking and hanging out with my friends or people that I know. I actually love getting in with the fucking, with the family and getting fucked up with the family. Like, it's such a vibe, like, getting up to mischief with the granddad or something, or the uncles and stuff. Like, I fucking love it. Or the aunties. It's such a vibe. Love finding out all the fucking inner gossip of the families and stuff. It's such a vibe, honestly. Honestly, it's so cool. You find out so much shit. I know guys who like to go to weddings because you might smash something, There's always stories of people fucking in toilets in weddings and stuff, but you know what? I don't even care about that, honestly. Pull up a table, get the aunties around me, get the uncles around me. You know what I mean? Let's start talking. Let's start talking the real. Let me find out what's going on with this fam. Let's find out who's got a drug problem, who's maybe close to bankruptcy, whose wife doesn't let them sleep in the bedroom anymore, you know? Let's find out all that shit, you know what I mean? Whose kid is like in and out of prison. I love that shit. I love that shit. Oh, big up. Free booze, Indian wedding. Wow. I love my nephew. Oh, I love to hear that. Love to hear that. Chelmsford Manor. Shit. Was it Chelmsford Manor? Yeah, why not? Let's have a little Google. Was it Chelmsford? I need to use my fucking keyboard because I keep making this fucking screen shake. But yeah, let's see. Chelmsford Manor. Not gonna get up on screen there. Apologies. Is most commonly referred to as specialty lodge. Zimbabwe. What? Okay, cool. There we go. It's Essex. I'm about to say. What the fuck? Essex. Yo, big up. Who's that? Big up.
It used to bother me to us, but we experience his life differently. We may not got to weddings, but we rave and go to festivals. W strangers in other countries.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It was playing out from the main speakers. Sorry about that. Let me actually play it one more time because it was playing out from the main speakers. Let me replay that one more time. I'll probably let me replay that. Big up, Abe Martinez.
Do you have a gun?
Also, why is it so loud? Why is it so low? Oh, maybe because did I lower the sound here? Hold on 1 second. Did I lower the sound on here? No, I didn't. I wonder why it's so low. Oh, that's why. That's why it's so low. Anyway, it didn't repeat. I'm sorry about that, Abe Martinez, but big up anyway. What do you say here? You told me. Used to bother me too, AZ, but we experience life differently. We may not get to weddings, but we rave and go to festivals of strangers in other countries. Yeah. To be fair, that's a good point. What you lose in that kind of personal connection, which will get people to invite you to a wedding, you kind of gain with the raves and the ability to be spontaneous and kind of, you know, live life on the edge a little bit. Yeah. No, you're right. Fucking hell, it's a decent place to have a wedding though, isn't it? That's a decent place to have a fucking wedding. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, man. Not gonna lie. That's a decent place to have a wedding. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That looks fucking sweet. Wow. Congratulations, man, to your nephew, Game Bird. Still, congratulations. Was that them? Was that them? Was that them? Was that them? Was that you? Was that them? Was that them? Was that them? But yeah, sick, man. Sick. Vibes. Fully catered as all the munch. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love it with the drinks and stuff. I love it. It's a good time. Anyway, big up. Let's go. So we've got lots of things to get up to. Let's get into all of it. Let's just rock straight in. First things first, I saw this clip via Peak Culture. Conor McGregor gives his thoughts on Jake Paul v Anthony Joshua, warning that Joshua is dangerous and has a darkness in him. Let's see. This is Conor McGregor pouring some pints in his local pub, talking to the fans about his thoughts on the up and coming Jake Paul v Anthony Joshua fight. By the way, that's going to be, you know what I might do actually? When is that? Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. When is that fight date? When is it? December. Oh, it's coming. It's next weekend already. God, this weekend coming up, isn't it? Fucking hell, no? Oh no, next weekend. Okay, the following weekend. Cool. I thought it's coming up. Like, Jesus, this feels like this. There doesn't feel like there's been a lot of time for this fight. Or am I bugging out? I feel like it was just announced the other day and they're already fighting. Anyway, let's see what Conor McGregor has to say about the fight. Conor doesn't think the fight should go ahead, but if it does go ahead, then Drake needs to worry. You can't hear it? Really? You can't hear it? It's playing right now. What do you mean you can't hear it? Oh, my bad. My bad.
He's going to get knocked out by AJ though. He's going to get knocked out by AJ though, isn't he?
If he makes that walk, gotta give him his respect as that. It's very dangerous. You know, it seems like Netflix are all over him. It's a dangerous sport. And you can't overlook that. Joshua's a big boy and a powerhouse. I've sat ringside and watched Joshua. That's a heavy punching man. And he's a happy and he's a good kid. He has an anger in him. He has a darkness in him, does Anthony Joshua. And I don't think a lot of people suss that. So, the fight shouldn't go ahead. In my opinion, the fight shouldn't go ahead. If he does it, I'll give him his respect for that.
What was it like meeting?
Yo, big up Diana in the stream chat. His chin on loan from Brandon to produce this live. Easy. Audio playing through your speaker. Honestly, that's hilarious. His chin on loan. Anyway, I like what he said about Joshua. I'm not gonna lie. I did like what he said about Anthony Joshua in terms of having a bit of a darkness behind him. I do agree. I think the losses have done that to him. I think not being seen as the darling of British boxing anymore has also kind of made him develop that darkness. He went through some dark times, of course, after the losses and shit. So I do think that's why we see that bit of darkness in him. But again, it's still a disappointing fight for him to take, you know. It kind of shows that his career is kind of coming to a halt already when you're accepting these sort of fights. But again, I don't blame him because it's probably going to be a massive bag. He can probably not turn down. But in all honesty, he has to put Jake Paul away, you know. Same with the Francis fight. The Francis fight was dangerous too because he couldn't let, if Francis knocked him out, that's further damaging his reputation and legacy. But if he knocks him out quickly, you don't get a lot of praise for it because it's what you're meant to do, but you still did it anyway, you know. You still kind of put away a very dangerous opponent who hits really hard. So with Jake Paul, with him being a YouTuber turned boxer guy, you kind of have to put him away, especially given your size and weight advantage. You have to kind of put him away and make it look comfortable. You can't let it go, you know, until the end and you win by decision, you know. You can't do that. So it's one of those strange fights where, you know, Joshua will lose more than if he wins, but still, I don't blame him for the payday. And I like what he said about Anthony Joshua. But people do say that a lot. I've known people that have kind of met Joshua in real life. They always say like he's a lot bigger in person. Like he looks kind of scary. So I'm sure we're gonna see a real big difference in size disparity, especially on the day of the fight. Once they kind of cut weight and shit, and they, you know, you're definitely gonna see a very, very big difference in size between both of them. But I'm looking forward to it anyway. As a spectacle. Talking about spectacles, Conor McGregor's been hanging out with Mike Tyson. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if Mike Tyson is doing some sort of appearance in Ireland or some sort of talk or conference. I'm assuming he is, right? This is Conor's pub, the Black Lodge, right? Which is quite cool. To be fair, you know what? Ireland's one of those places where, like, you know, there's not a lot of mass immigration there, and it's kind of cool in a weird way to see a place where there's not a lot of mass immigration. There's definitely more whites in Ireland than, you know, than you'd imagine minorities and stuff. It's kind of interesting to see because I'm so used to seeing, you know, a multicultural place in London. Ireland's not like that at all. Ireland's definitely for the whites, which I don't mind, to be fair. But I would like to visit Black Lodge. I think it's Black Lodge, right? His pub. I would like to one day go to visit Conor's pub just for the sake of it, and definitely visit the fucking toilets, you know? Commemorate the visit by pulling out a bag in the toilets to celebrate going to Conor's pub. But he must be making good money from this place, man. All the money he's made from fighting, plus whatever money he makes from the pubs and the beers and shit. I still have never had. Have any of you guys had his whiskey? I still never had it, to be fair. I know he's got that beef. He's got that long-standing court case, isn't it, with the other guy, the Dagestan guy. I think it's Dagestan. I don't know where he's from, whatever. But I've never actually had his whiskey since. I'm not gonna lie, since it dropped. But yeah, he was out with Mike Tyson doing his thing, looking like he's steaming, of course. Him and Mike having a blast. This is the kind of pro or ex-fighter that Mike likes to hang around with, like proper personalities. You know what I mean? Look at him. He's laughing from his belly in his eyes. That's a proper laugh. He's enjoying it. Loving Connor's company. Two absolute mad lads. More pictures of them. The moon. And the stars and the god, my brother Mike. I love to see it, man. Fucking love to see it. Fucking love to see it. Guinness is underrated, man. I love a good Guinness. A good stout. It's fucking tasty as fuck. Don't blame him for that one. And then, oh, where's your video? I want to show you. There's a video in it. There's a video of them actually. Let me see if I can find that video. There's actually a video that's fucking hilarious. Have I got it here? I thought I had a video somewhere around here. Fearbuck, Johnny Manx. Okay, bear with me 1 second while I get this video of Connor doing Connor things. Bear me 1 second here. Bish bash bosh. Let's see if I can find it. Big up everybody tuning in. Smash like button if you like what you see. Smash like button if you like what you see. Smash. Oh shit. Smash like button if you like what you see. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, not there. Cool. Let's do Connor. Cool. Come on now, get out for me if you don't mind. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, there you go. That's the one. That's the video I wanted to show you guys. Look at this video. Look at Connor. Look at Connor being the perfect afters guest, right? The perfect afters guest. Connor's that meme. You know that meme everyone shares about, oh yeah, can my friend come to the afters? I promise he's fine. I promise he's cool. I promise he's chill. And then the guy they're talking about is Connor, you know?
Low to the body. You see Canelo, you see Joshua do it. They go low to the body and go high. You see, that's a whump bump. So I was doing this, right? Like you, the boxing way is, a lot of people do this in boxing. They step forward, yeah? You jumped in. So then you jumped in and then you're here. You're right here. So I'm just doing the simple drill. Low.
I fucking love Connor. Hey, big up, it's Nate. What's that? It's Nate. Yes, AG. Good to see you doing your thing from old school 94. Yes, brother. What's going on? What's going on, Nate? What's going on? What's going on? Long time. OG London man, then one of the legends. Big up Nate in the stream chat. Well, I you. Hope you are good. Hope you and the fam are good. Everything's good on your end, man. Everything's good on your end. 1948 feels like a long time ago, but it still feels like yesterday. 1948 feels like a long time ago, but it still feels like fucking yesterday. Big up Nate in the stream chat. One of the legends over here in London. One of the legends. Pioneers. Icons. You get me? But yeah, man. Big up Connor, man. Big up Connor. What do you guys think? Is he under powder or is he just having a good time? What do you guys think? Is he under powder or is he just having a good time?
To the body. You see Canelo, you see Joshua do it. They go low to the body and go high. You see, that's a whump bump. So I was doing this, right? Like you, the boxing way is, a lot of people do this in boxing. They step forward, yeah? You jumped in. So then you jumped in and then you're here. You're right here. So I'm just doing the simple.
To be fair, if there's someone you're gonna listen to when it comes to stepping in and stepping out, it's Connor, right? Connor, one of the things when he was at his pomp was his distance measuring. Like, he was the master of being able to be in and out before you know he's there, you know? So if there's someone that's going to teach you something about distance and whatever else it may be, it's going to be Connor. Yeah, big up Nate. Yeah, we there, bro. Taking it easy, bro. The shows are fire. Keep them coming, bro. Subscribe. Yes, I appreciate it, brother. Love and light where you're at. Love and light. Appreciate the support, my guy. I appreciate the support always. Big up Nate. Big up Nate in the stream chat. Bang your chest. But yeah, man, Connor's out here having a good time. This is kind of what you should be doing anyway when you're rich and famous, man. These little side quests, you get me? Hanging out with your icons, hanging out with your idols like Mike Tyson, having a good time, fucking around, drinking, getting on it. Why not? You know what I mean? Connor's done everything. He's achieved everything. He's not going to fight anytime soon anyway, so you might as well enjoy yourself. The one thing I'm happy about, which is a weird thing to say, it's kind of pleasing to see that he hasn't let himself go, you know? He probably could easily let himself go if he wanted, but it's kind of good to see that he kind of keeps himself in, you know, in somewhat good nick. I'm assuming most of it has to do with him being, you know, somewhat vain and liking to fit into his skinny suits and shit, but it's good that he keeps himself in somewhat fighting condition. Let's see, man. Let's see. There is a rumor that he might fight in that White House card, isn't it? There is a rumor because I think he did re-enter the testing pool, which is why he kind of looks a lot more cleaned up than he did before when he was like clearly, you know, sampling the perico. But now I think he's in the testing pool and he may be training for this up and coming White House card, because I'm assuming they're going to want to have all the big dogs pulled out for that one, isn't it? So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think about Bentleys? What do you guys think about Bentleys? When I think about a Bentley, the first thing I think about is like Victoria Beckham in that iconic clip. I don't know if it's a Bentley or Rolls Royce, but there's an iconic clip from the David Beckham documentary where she's being interviewed and she says, "Oh yeah, I was working class growing up," and then David Beckham pops his head in and says, "Tell the truth. What car did your dad drive you to school?" You know, and then she confesses that her dad used to drive her in a fucking Bentley. And you could only imagine, right? Victoria Beckham's like, I don't know how old she is, but she's a grown lady. You can imagine her being in school in maybe the 80s, driving your dad driving a Bentley in the 80s. That's like, you got money, you know? I remember seeing Rolls Royces and Bentleys back in the day, and they were worth, I don't know, it felt like they were more expensive back then. I don't know if they were, but they felt like they were, you know, if you saw somebody driving a Bentley or Rolls Royce down the street, you were like, shit, that's crazy. But I'm also, I think maybe I get this from my dad. Maybe it's like an uncle thing. Maybe it's an African thing. I kind of like big body whips, you know? They're very impractical, especially in London, especially where I live. There's nowhere to really park these things. I don't have a family or anything, so I don't really need a fucking a 5-seater fucking saloon car like this, right? Or a steak, whatever it is. But there's something about me that loves big body whips, you know? Turning around, like, you're turning a corner and the front of the car's peeping first, you know? Taking up loads of room. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. Because these cars, you should have a chauffeur to drive you around. But I'd love to drive myself around a big body whip. So I love a big body whip. I'm not going to lie. I love a big body whip.
This is the new Bentley Flying Spur, and it's a little bit like an offshore bank account, because if you're a wealthy company director, you can use it to avoid paying too much tax. Note I said avoid, not to evade tax. Tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance, perfectly legal. Anyhow, I'm going to tell you exactly why it can reduce your tax bill in this video. I'm also going to talk you around the exterior.
Row your boat.
Show you the interior. Feel the noise. I'm going to put it through a series of performance tests. Take it for a drive. And find out just how much people think this car is hybrid. Now, this latest version, they're all V8 hybrid, so you've got a petrol engine and an electric motor driving all four wheels via an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. However, power is up. So the entry-level cars have 680 horsepower and 930 newton meters of torque, but the range-topping models have 782 horsepower and 1000 newton meters of torque, and that means more performance than.
Yeah, big up Addy Z. Do you guys remember limos? Yes, man. I remember big up the legends in school, man. Big up the kids I went to school with in secondary school. I remember there was this kid in my secondary school that had their 16th birthday, and I'm pretty sure they were one of the first people that I saw. Remember back in the day when you could get a Hummer limoed? Do you remember that? You had normal limos, and you could then have people had services where they'd make regular cars limoed. I remember this girl in our school, for her birthday, she got a limo. She got a limo Hummer to pull up to the school and pick her up after school. Her and her friends. A limo Hummer back then. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Like, her parents must have had money. Or maybe she did. Who fucking knows? But legends back then pulling up in fucking limo. So I remember them just being like birthday party things, you know? For kids and shit to go crazy in. But fucking wild, man. Pulling up to the school, like high school, in a fucking Hummer limo. Like, big up that girl.
Any other Bentley saloon before. So let's just see how quick this car actually is. I'm going to launch this car and measure it from 0 to 60 miles an hour. See how quick it does the standing quarter mile in, and I'm even going to measure it over the standing half mile as well. Left foot on the brake, floor the throttle, get the revs. Oh, that's good. Wow. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. What's the quarter mile going to be? 11.37 seconds. That's screeching out because of tyre pressures. Half mile, 17.77 seconds. Do you want to know if that was...
That shit can move. That shit can move. I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason why I'd also like a big body whip is to drive it like it's a hatchback, you know? I wouldn't give this car any respect. You know what I mean? I wouldn't respect it like a big whip. I'll drive it like it's, you know what I mean? It's like when you drive your mum's car, you're like, you know what I mean? Just fucking out. Yeah, that's what I'd be on.
Quicker than the old 6-litre W12. Well, here's that car in a drag race.
Jesus Christ. That silhouette though. Come on, man. That silhouette. Look at that. That is a sexy looking car, isn't it? Like, come on, bro. That looks. God damn.
So, this car was quicker from 0 to 60 miles an hour, and it was slightly quicker over the standing quarter mile, 11.3 seconds. I guess that's progress. Now, the really clever thing about this car is that while it has more performance than the old 6-litre W12 Flying Spur, it's got far lower emissions because it's a hybrid. So, this emits just 33 grams per kilometre of carbon dioxide. The old W12
I don't care about
was
that
over
emission
10
shit,
times
man.
that amount.
Pollute the air,
and that
man.
really matters if you have one of these cars as your company car because you're a director of, I don't know, a publicly listed company or something. It means you can have one of these instead of, say, something a little bit more normal like a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series hybrid. Now, one of the other benefits about the hybrid system is that you can drive it on electric power alone. You've got a 22 kilowatt hour
Nice.
battery, which
I
will
don't
give
mind
you
that.
a range of up to 47 miles on electric power, and it's quite punchy.
Kinda
It's
tight.
got 190 horsepower. I mean, yeah, this car is quite heavy, but it should still be swift enough. Shall we find out just how quick it is on electric power and how long you can stay in electric only mode before the engine kicks in? So I turn this to comfort, go into EV mode. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Oh, that's slow, isn't it? Welcome for that.
Come on. Come on, 60. Are we going to hit the
So
quarter
what's
mile
better
before we
with
hit 60? No. 13.8 seconds to 60 miles an hour. Quarter
Damn.
mile, 19.43. What's our top speed? When's the engine going to kick in? We're doing 80, 82, 85. There we go,
There we
86. And at that point, we crossed the half mile at 30.91 seconds. If you're on the very highest rated tax here in the UK and you have the old
Anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist. Looks like a beautiful car, man. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a fucking beautiful car. That interior is always gorgeous, man. God damn. Pick up that.
is to make the VIP and the
You get the gist. You get the gist. You get the gist. You get the gist. Big up Carwow. Check out yourself. Is this Bentley the best car I've ever reviewed? You know where Carwow is. You know the Bentley. You know the Carwow. You know the Bentley. Let's move on. Big up the Regs. The Regs discuss NYCV Austin comedians. The Regs podcast with Bobby Kelly. Sorry, Luis J Gomez, and usually who's that guy? Dan Soder usually is on this, isn't it? And Joe List, I think. Usually it's a good podcast. I don't listen to it too often, but when I see the clips, I usually enjoy what I see. So let's see what they have to talk about when it comes to NYCV Austin comedians.
I had a debate with Tony Hinchcliffe. This is actually a good debate for this show because I posted. They were like, "You guys should do Skankfest in Austin because it's got the best comedy scene in the world." And I was like, "Well, no, New York still has the best comics." And I wrote that. And then Tony Hinchcliffe screenshotted it to me and said to me, "He's like, really? You think New York's got better comics than us?" And then he was like, "Who do you have?" And then I just fucking wrote. I mean, I'll pull up the list. I just like. And then I was like, who do you have? Rogan and fucking Tom Segura. And then Roseanne is like the third best.
And Shane sometimes.
Shane sometimes.
Tim Dillon, not
No,
anymore.
Tim Dillon claims New York.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon, we have Tim Beck. He spends most of his time here.
Yeah.
What did he say after that?
He started arguing with me. I'll pull up the text.
What?
We got
But
Dave
you-
Attell. We got
Chris
Colin
Rock,
Quinn,
Louis C.K.,
us four.
Colin Quinn,
Todd Barry,
Top Barry.
Daniel Simonson.
Ooh, I don't know if I put Todd Barry.
I think even
But doesn't this kind of prove Mark Maron's point, though? There's an entire slew of New York-based comedians that some of us, maybe most of us, don't even know who they are because all the focus is on Rogan's crew. You know? Like Rogan's crew kind of defines or like they're representative of the entire comedy scene when they're not really representative of the comedy scene at all. But we don't know them because Joe's not a New York guy. He was an LA guy and now he's an Austin guy. So it kind of skews, you know, the perception of what a stand-up is and shit. It's kind of wild. It's kind of a weird thing because you can't really blame Joe for it because he kind of built himself out in a way where he's like a de facto gatekeeper, but not because he wanted to be one, but because he's really successful. So it's not really his fault. But it is kind of interesting to see that no one really perceives New York as to be the best place when really it probably is, especially when you think of the infrastructure and whatever else it may be, and just in general the city being what it is. But everyone kind of looks at Austin as the best one just because of the optics, you know, and the PR and shit.
There's so many underrated comics that are fucking. Lenny Marcus is hilarious.
Ethan Simmons Patterson.
No, that's the thing. Like the average
Yeah, that's a great point, Chris Mike. Well, comedians are all petty and self-centered. Of course, most of them think whatever they are is the best. Yeah, there's probably a comic scene right now in Chicago where all the guys are like, nah, Chicago's the place. There's somebody in fucking, I don't know, in Dallas, less than in Atlanta. Like, yeah, Atlanta's a place. We've got the best comedians. Like, really though? Really? I just like how no one considers international acts. That's what I love. I love how nobody considers international acts, even the ones that are English speaking. It's always just like, yeah, the best comedians are in America. It's like, stand-up is a lot bigger than just America. There's probably people all around the world that are fucking killing it and really funny, but unless you're Rogan's friend, no one knows who you are and no one knows you're alive.
The guys you don't even know about, like, blow the guys in Austin away. Like, absolutely. All the guys who are doing the Mothership, that small room, every one of them that moved from New York couldn't even get on stage at the Stand. Couldn't even get on stage at the New York Comedy Club. These guys are failing in fucking New York. That's a fact. It's an absolute fact.
Trying to start a war.
No, it's no war. They know what the fuck's up. They left New York because they couldn't cut it here. Let's get real.
Yeah.
Facts.
Let's get real.
Let's get real. Let's get real ass. Today, 4 p.m. Gas Digital.
Skankfest is over. Now the bridges get burned.
It's enough with the blacks.
What the fuck?
Separate but equal.
What?
So
Let's just cut this and put it up.
I wrote best comics are in New York.
First clip of the podcast is just Joe saying that with no reaction.
Yeah, guys, you gotta.
It's the black.
Well, you know what it was? Lewis is looking at his phone.
Look at this. No
I'm trying
chocolate
to
cooked
fucking
black
continue
cookies.
the
Why ain't there no chocolate chip?
That's because he don't like it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Rob.
He likes just a little bit of chocolate mixed with all that white.
Just take the culture and bake it into your
Look at that right there. It's all
shit.
white.
Read the list.
Greer Barnes. We got Greer Barnes.
I missed whatever that bit was, but I hated it. I came.
You
into it
hate
in the
any
middle of
bit
it.
you're not in.
I
Just
hated
read
it.
the list.
I hated it.
You know why? It was bit FOMO.
Yeah.
It was a bit.
He doesn't like when he's
You were doing the research. We were out having a fucking skip. Skip through a bit.
I don't know what it was. It might have been incredible.
Bob, Lewis, I literally point guarded it to you.
Yeah,
I was for you.
Hold on. Joe thinks point guarding is asking a question. That's crazy.
It wasn't a question.
It's a
you
whole
dummy.
point guarding is an art.
Damn, it's a
It wasn't a
lifestyle.
question. You didn't even listen, you fat fuck.
Oh.
I'm getting better.
You are.
That's such a fat
Sure.
thing to say.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
I'm
is
getting
it?
better. And then he does this, the only part that's not fat.
All right, give us a list.
Okay, so
By the way, the joke we were doing was racist, and it was fun.
Yeah,
You would have been good at it.
Yeah, you would have been. You would actually.
all right, can you
killed-
reset it up and then we'll do it,
Can I
and then I'll
do
do the list.
Joe,
You say, let's get
All right,
real.
let's go. Let's get real.
It's enough with black people already. Go.
Booga, 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 booga. I mean, right there.
See, this is the Gas Digital
on.
version that they only get on Gas Digital.
That is funny.
I wish you didn't
I
do
watch
that.
it. I go, do you guys know there's a whole separate version of the podcast on Gas Digital? And they leave it all in.
They have,
I mean,
they have a
leave it-
different name. The episode's called Ooga Booga.
Yeah. At one point, I read Bobby's social, and they just leave it in.
I'm so upset you did that because now I look.
When will they get to the list? They still haven't got to the list. I'm just sat here waiting for Luis J. Gomez to read out his list. Please, read the list.
Pick an
What?
asshole
Why?
because you could have done something a little.
No, remember that thing you made up that already happened at Skankfest twice?
Yeah, dude.
Luke,
Give me
go to the
give me
list.
more ideas. So I said on Twitter, somebody was like, "Oh, you should do Skankfest in Austin. The best comics are there." So then I replied, quote tweeted him, "The best comics are in New York, bozo."
You called him a bozo.
Called him a bozo.
Good one.
That's
I love it.
Bozo is a fucking hurtful one.
Bozo.
B-O-Z-O.
Right. It's for a
B-O-Z-O.
non-cuss word. It
Yeah.
hurts.
It's a
Yeah,
hurt.
you call somebody a bozo. They start thinking about what they did to be called a bozo.
Bozo is
good.
so
Yeah.
good.
Bozo is just.
Bozo cuts
it's-
deep.
God
It's
damn,
cuts-
it really does. I feel pain for that guy. I'm empathizing with
What
him.
was Danny? What was the thing that the guy said about the guy that, on the show that really hurt? He said he did what?
Is this an SAT question?
Hey, Danny, a train leaves Minneapolis at 8:30 going 76.
What do you call his act? What do you say in the middle of his act?
Danny speaks Bobby fluently, so he understood what the question was. Nobody else did.
Someone heckled flop.
Yeah, he goes. He said flop after his bit, which I was like, that's terrible.
Who
Some crowd member at
to
this
Bob
comic.
to Danny?
No, to the comic at the dojo. After his bit, he went, After his joke, he went flop. It just fucking hurt. That's like bozo. It's just, it's not a fuck you.
I
you
would
steak.
rather hear a buzzing noise than that. I'd rather hear a meh after a joke fails than someone go flop.
Flop.
Flop is funny.
It's
It is
terrible.
Funny word. All right, who are the comics you named? We better all be on the list. But.
So then, Tony,
Dude, if we're not on there, it's funnier.
It's funny if it's just
so
all.
then Tony, listen, Tony goes, he quotes that and then goes, name them.
Why would he say name them?
And then he goes, Attell, ... then ... then this face.
Is that his face?
That emoji. And then the American flag.
Yeah.
Then he said, I love you. We bust each other's balls about this. But then I wrote, Attell, Soder, Mark Norman, Joe List, Robert Kelly, Big J, Schultz, Louis C.K., Chris D, Are You Garbage Guys, Ari Shafir, Colin Quinn, Norton, Sam Morrill, Todd Barry, Jim Gaffigan, Giannis Stavros, Nick Mullen, Tim Dillon, Adrian Appalucci, Jordan Jensen, Nikki Glazer, Michael Che, Pete Davidson, to name a few.
It's so clear that you got to a point where you're like, I need to name women and black people.
But you didn't put Chris Rock, Louis C.K.
He did. He put Louis C.K.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Dave should. He put
Jerry Seinfeld.
Then I said to name a few others. This isn't even
Still
talking
rock,
about
dude.
the mid-level guys that are actual killers, like hundreds of them. All of the young bucks who followed Shane and Rogan to Austin couldn't get stage time in New York City.
Whoa.
Who you got? Then I was like, then there's unknown.
But the lack of stage time in New York City, I don't necessarily think that people who flopped in New York and moved to Austin to try and be successful, I wouldn't say that is a reflection of them not being funny or not. I'd assume there's probably way more comedians and way more competition in general in New York than there is in Austin. There's just more comp. So why wouldn't you go to a new place where you can kind of carve a little bit of a lane for yourself? You still get the training from New York because you were there. You didn't get up as often, but you go where there's time for you to actually get on stage, because that's the most important thing. You can't, similar to DJing, you can't really practice stand-up at home. You kind of have to do it on stage in front of people. So you have to get up as often as possible. So I don't really blame people for moving to Austin. I don't really think it's a bad thing they moved there. I don't really think it means that they're less funny than people in New York, personally.
Killers that like Greer Barnes or Mike Britt that will literally be impossible for anyone in Austin to follow. There's like 100 of those guys, the Godfreys, the Mike Yards. I was like, if you're talking about pound for pound, there's no talent pool like New York. This is off the top of my head. Austin has you, Shane, Rogan, Tom, ... Roseanne. It's thinning out.
Well, they're all from LA.
Snap!
Did you put your phone down? And I gotta air my hands.
Was your phone too hot? You had
to.
Then
and you wrote, "I'm sending an assassin squad to kill you right now." It's all the guys from Kill Tony.
Yeah. Big up Stinger Goo. Yep, that's coming up. Big up Young God Vibe. Yep, that's coming up.
So who else is in Austin?
But none of those guys can count toothpicks when you drop them like the Killers of Tony.
We got those
96.
Too. Yeah,
we
whole
got
production
the
staff.
aughts.
Yeah,
we got a.
So then he goes,
we got an aught squad.
He goes, there's Ron White, Rogan, Segura, Roseanne, McCusker, Sebastian, Christina P, Bert 6 weeks a year, Hinchcliffe, he called himself Hinchcliffe, Brian Simpson, and then the Kill Tony regulars. Literally, again, bigger draws.
He called himself Hinchcliffe. That's a really funny observation, though. Tony Hinchcliffe writing a list of all the best stand-up comedians, and he writes his name as Hinchcliffe, not as Tony. He's such a weird human, isn't it? He's making a list of all the best comedians, and instead of just writing me, right? Instead of just writing me, he writes Hinchcliffe. He's such a weird guy. He's such a weird guy.
And everyone you listed.
He switched the thing up. He went bigger draws.
Yeah, no.
Than funny.
Yeah.
That's a different argument.
Do you know what Mike Britt could do in a minute on Kill Tony?
Also, are these guys bigger draws than Mark and Sam? No. Mark's doing multiple shows at the Beacon. Yeah. Ari's doing multiple at the Beacon.
Sam's doing Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
even think it's a debate.
Sam's doing Carnegie Hall.
I wanted to kill myself after I said that.
Ladies and gentlemen. You should always say ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Does Sebastian live in Austin?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though.
He has probably like 6.
All those people are from L.A.
He named 7 people.
But they're all from L.A. They made their bones in L.A., most of those people.
Did he also leave DeRosa off the list? Because that's kind of hilarious.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, big up Coyle. I love that you mentioned that. I've noticed a shift on the... Because I'm always on the subreddits. I'm always kind of browsing to see, to see when eventually they'll all turn and become the Frighten the Kids subreddit. I've noticed on the Tuesdays with Stories subreddit, there's definitely been a vibe shift when it comes to the reception or to the attitude people have towards Joe List. They're starting to not like him too much. I forgot what it was in particular, but I've noticed a little bit more whining, a little bit more complaining, a little bit more nitpicking, a little bit more critiquing of Joe List. They seem to be okay with Mark Norman and his crazy, delinquent self, but they seem to have a real big issue with Joe List. You can kind of feel it happening. Big up Josie. Yeah, can't stand him. Him and Kerry Fina are you think so? Isn't he recently married? Is he married or he had a kid? Is it or maybe both? No, I think they had a kid. Yeah, because I think him and Mark Norman had a kid at the same time. I think so. So yeah, dangerous game to be playing though. By the way, dangerous game. Unless maybe his wife is okay with it, but dangerous game to be playing, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not a big believer in shitting where you eat anyway. In general, I just think, but it's even dangerous, when you're like in such a small community over there in New York and shit. Because I think Carrie Fian's from New York, right? I think she's based over there too, because she's always on Legion Skanks and stuff. Dangerous game, but he does talk about her in very glowing terms. He doesn't talk about her in a way that you would think they're not banging. Let's just say that, right? The way he talks about her, it definitely gives you the impression that they probably spent a lot of time together. But yeah, cool. Joe List is Joe List. But I don't know. I don't know who's better. What side is better, New York or Austin? I don't really know, to be fair. I still have a hard time thinking any of these guys are funny. A lot of them are very overrated, especially Rogan's camper people. I guess you have to see these people, to kind of figure it out. But a lot of these people's specials are not that great. So yeah, I just want them to be funny across the board. I don't really care where they're at. Just be funny. Just be funny across the board. I don't care where the fuck you're located at. Just be funny. Just be fucking funny. Big Coiler. Yeah. You don't bang Kerry. Kerry bangs you. Oh my god. Big up Kerry Feehin. Anyways, let's get into the main bit of the pod. The main bit of the stream. ASAP Bari getting jumped in fucking Miami during Art Basel. It seems like this Art Basel's been full of controversies and issues. I read something earlier about Stefan Diggs getting into some sort of like scrap with Offset, because they share Cardi B as baby mums and shit. I think somebody else got in trouble too. Loads of stuff's been happening over there in Miami Art Basel. This one seems like a lot of people went out there. A lot of kind of activations happened. I saw a clip of Travis Scott playing football with Sloan and all those guys out there in Miami. There's loads of events happening. That skate shop, Andrew dropped a Salomon recently too. So loads of things happening during Miami. But I kind of feel bad for ASAP Bari because I feel like I've always seen clips. There's always so many. ASAP Bari keeps getting beaten up on camera, basically. ASAP Bari keeps getting beaten up on camera, and I don't like it. I don't like that every time ASAP Bari is involved in a physical altercation, he looks like it's on camera and he looks like he's losing. Now, ASAP Bari has cleared up this video, and I'm going to play it in full. And ASAP Bari said the video is misleading. He's actually the one that's getting protected by his friends. There's somebody trying to rush ASAP Bari, and then he kind of trying to get away, and his friends are rushing that guy back and trying to, basically fight in his defense, allegedly. But it doesn't look good, this clip. It doesn't look good. I'll point out who ASAP Bari is when I play it, but it doesn't look good.
That's crazy.
That's ASAP Bari there. I'm assuming that's ASAP Bari right there, because I remember on his Instagram he was wearing something similar. That's ASAP Bari right here, and I can kind of tell by his hairline. I'm pretty sure that's him right here.
He's on bad timing. They're on bad timing. They're on really bad timing. Bugging the fuck out.
And that again is ASAP Bari right there. He kind of falls on the ground. Look what happens to him. That's him right there, ASAP Bari. And he kind of sits on the curb like he's trying to get his breath, you know, like he kind of got knocked about, he's a bit tired, he's a bit worn out, and he's like having a seat on a curb. That's really bad. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta stand on your feet. You can't sit if you're gonna sit down and get your breath, lean against a wall. You can't be sitting on the curb gathering your breath after you just got. It looks like you just got discombobulated. So this doesn't look good on paper. It doesn't look good on paper, but it, you know, maybe there's some more context to it.
He got beat, huh? Damn.
Someone shaking his hand, trying to lift him up. See? You see his boy. You see his boy in the Visu jeans. You see his boy in the Visu jeans immediately trying to lift him up. Like, he's telling him, look, it's not a good look, man. You got to stand up. You can't be sitting on the curb. It looks like you got washed. You got to stand up. you can't sit on the curb. The only time you can be laying down is if you're knocked out. But if you're awake, you have to stand up, bro. You have to stand up.
That's really bad timing.
Another fight breaks out.
Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Yo, it's something.
Oh, this guy's holding it. Yo, big up this guy in a stripy jacket. This guy in a stripy jacket is firming it. He's fighting like 3 guys by himself. Stripy jacket guy is holding it down. Too much streetwear, innit? Too much streetwear, not enough gym. Too much streetwear, not enough boxing. Too much streetwear, not enough training. A lot of air punches there. But if we analyze the video one more time, if we big up NJ Ranger.
Why God? Why couldn't it be Big AK?
He doesn't go outside. AK is smart. Academics is smart. He does not go outside. That's one of the guys that I look up to when it comes to this content creation thing. He is a really smart guy because all he does is legitimately stay at home and chat shit. Legitimately. There's very few times you can count that Academics has been caught slipping. He gets caught slipping more with girls than he does with guys, if you think about it, in IRL. He gets caught slipping more with girls and guys. So Ak is smart. He doesn't go outside. He's not going to go to this fucking... This is like influencer Super Bowl. This is like influencer Super Bowl. Miami Art Basel. Everyone knows towards the end of the year, it's one of the only big events at the end of the year, right? Up and coming is that fucking thing in Nigeria that everyone goes to in December. But this is one of the last things in America that's kind of like popping in terms of influencer thing. Everyone goes. It's become a big activation influencer event. People from all types of, you know, areas, from fashion to art to sports, they all go there to kind of act, you know, to kind of celebrate activation, launch something, get seen somewhere, whatever. So you're definitely going to run into an op. You're definitely going to run into somebody that you probably have some sort of pass out with. So you have to keep your head in the swivel. But yeah, a lot of punches that were thrown that didn't connect.
That's crazy.
I don't know if anybody actually got hurt. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look like anybody actually got hurt. And Bari looked like he got fucked up. I'm not going to lie. This guy that was beating up everybody pulls Bari down to the ground. Like, look, he grabs him and yanks him to the ground. Boom. You know? And I'm assuming as he's on the ground, he gets some punches to his head. I'm assuming he got some little, you know, some little fucking hammer fists to the head. Bari's friends are trying to jump in and get the guy, but the guy's getting some punches in, man. Then, not gonna lie, I see some good kicks there. I'm stealing the shoes. Not gonna lie, I'm stealing the shoes. Anybody there's a US 12, I'm stealing the shoes. I see some good kicks here. Hey, hello. God damn. Savimbi, innit? Sa fucking Vimbi. Who's that? Is that the assistant? Shit. Okay. Cool. It carries on. Bari's still on the ground by now, right? Bari's still on the ground. He's been picked. He's... Oh, that lady, bro. Jesus. Look. Imagine fighting in Miami. All these ladies in fucking skimpy dresses, you know, just looking for a guy to kind of invite them out and take them for a drink. And here you are scrapping. Here you are fighting. Come on.
Really bad time.
Someone, all the endless denim. Whenever you're wearing endless denim shorts, you know you're not going to be able to fight in it. When you're wearing endless denim jorts, there's no way you can fight. Look, another punch misses. People are backing up to black trucks. Bari is wobbling. The guy that pulled Bari to the ground is being held back. Yo, that guy looks like he can fight. That guy looks like he's got fucking... That looks like a good 42 waist. This guy looks like a unit. That's like a 42 waist guy. He looks like he can sit his punches. This guy is not to be messed with. Okay, cool. 42 waist guy goes to chase after Barry a bit here. No, he's not allowed to chase after him. He's trying to go around the other car. Barry then collapses on the curb. That's a really bad position, man. That kind of reminds me a little bit of AD. Do you remember when AD got beat up? Or is it AD community fight? Do you remember that? That kind of reminds me of AD when he was on the floor. This one. Do you remember this clip? Is this the one? Yeah, do you remember this clip? Do you remember this clip of AD fighting some guy outside of a club? AD from Community, former No Jumper. Do you guys remember this? AD's lucky that OT Genesis was there. If OT Genesis wasn't there, AD would have got washed. Look, he took him out of his t-shirt. He took man out of his t-shirt.
World star, motherfucker. I didn't press record. World star.
Look at him, he's on the ground. Look at him. AD, man, get up, man. Stand up. Fucking hell, AD, stand up, man. He took him out of his t-shirt, bro. He took him out of his t-shirt. He's lucky OT Genesis was there, man. If OT Genesis wasn't there, getting that guy in the headlock, right? OT Genesis got that kid in a guillotine, right? In a pretty hard guillotine. If he wasn't there, AD would have got swept. So yeah, that kind of reminded me a little bit of AD. Oh, legendary fight, man. But yeah, Barry doesn't look too sharp there.
He got beat, huh? Damn.
Look at him, Barry, man. You gotta get out from the ground. And then the guy with the striped hoodie who was trying to go after AD gets into another fight. So I'm guessing this is the guy that was trying to beat up on ASAP Bari. This guy with the striped hoodie. I'm assuming he was the guy that was trying to beat up Bari, and I'm assuming the guys that are around him were Bari's friends.
Really bad timing.
Yeah, so Bari's friends try and surround him, try to get back on him, try and get revenge.
Oh no.
Yeah, that guy's good, man. He knocked that guy's hat off, innit? He knocked his hat off his head, didn't he? He knocked the hat off his head. Look, he's got a hat on there, and he's got no hat here. Hat there, no hat there. So that punch, he got him with a two piece, no? Boom, boom.
Oh, no. Oh.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Boom, boom.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yo, it's something.
Yeah, that guy can fight, man. This guy can fight. He's fighting all three people by himself. This guy can fight. He got them hands. He's got the what? He's got the off-white. Are they off-white Jordan 5s? I don't know if they're off-white Jordan 5s, but he's got them hands, man. He's putting in that work.
No, they're fucking them.
Boom. Who's this kid? Who the fuck's that? Who the fuck's that guy? Who's that jumping up and down? Who the fuck's this crackhead? What's he doing? What did he drop? By the way? What did he drop? He dropped something too. Probably some drugs. Anyway, ASAP Bari got washed. You saw that there. Update. Let me see what's the update from him actually. Let me check out his Instagram. What's Bari saying? What's the update on Bari's life here? Any update? Akaash Bari. Yeah, so see? That was definitely him. I recognize that. That's the outfit, right? I think it's a similar outfit that he was wearing. He was in a club with some ladies earlier. Imagine going from this, right? Imagine going from that to then getting fucking swept outside at a fight. Like, it's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Just have your time, enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
man. Fucking my young blood, you dig?
Where
you from, nigga?
Man, paper chasing shit. I'm from Miami.
I'm Harlem to Miami, nigga. That's how we rockin', certified, nigga.
Where was this guy, man? He looks like a unit. He should have been back in Bari. Where was this kid? Where was this kid in the beef?
Yeah. Paper chase on all platforms. Mixtape dropped on the 19th, man. We out here.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
You fucking lying, nigga.
Jesus Christ. What they feed you guys over there? That's a 17-year-old. Fucking hell.
You fucking lying, nigga. Man.
Fair play. Barry likes to eat. So
Niggas I used to.
Yeah, man, that's him. That was definitely him in the video, getting his ass handed to him in the outside the club. Absolutely crazy, man. Big up Bari though. Big up Blood Clot Bari. And he did clarify in the text below, right? He did clarify and say, funny thing is, those my people beating up the goofy holding me. Get y'all facts straight. Yeah, it doesn't really matter about the facts though, innit, man? It still looks bad, bro. He needs to chill with the fighting. And if I'm not mistaken, this was like I think what's that guy? Reese LaFleur's event. And he said it locked off the event. So it's not a good thing overall, because unfortunately these influencer whatever events, they're usually held in like, you know, regular places. They're usually a little bit hesitant to allow, you know, us, the blacks and the browns, to go and put on the events in the first place. You put them on, you start fighting, and then guess what? You weren't allowed to come back there next year. It kind of limits the options. It fucks up everything else, everybody else, you know? You end up fighting, you don't get to come back next year, no one gets to come back next year, and then you're limited with the spaces that you can go and have events at Miami Art Basel, and everyone wants to put events on because they want to show out and make some money. So it's a really bad move, really fucking bad move. All in all, kind of disappointing to see, to be honest. They all should know better. They're all way too old to be doing this. It's lame. It's not about nothing, really, you know? If you ask any of them what they're really fighting about, it's not about nothing. Look at the comments. This nigga gets jumped every 2 years. Why is he always in a tussle every other year? Barry been going outside. Literally no one can fight in this video. Barry stay getting punched on. This old man having to be, yeah, was it? Did someone else be ASAP Barry fight? There's another one, right, where he gets, I think in like a basketball court. Yeah, I think this might be the one, right? He's like in a basketball court and he's getting like jumped on. Has someone got a video of that? That's the one, yeah. That's the one, right? I don't know what happened here, but another. This is like a kid, by the way. This is like a way younger kid too.
Knock that nigga out, lad. Stop, no, lad. Knock that nigga out. Knock him out. Yeah, pop on that nigga. Pop on that nigga. Pop on that nigga. Dumbass nigga coming over here doing that dumb shit. Dumbass nigga. Dumbass nigga. Dumbass nigga.
I feel so sorry for him, man. I don't know what he does to people in real life that makes people want to beat him up all the time, but it seems like people really don't like him in real life. I don't know really sure why. The Stay Grounded comment section, what is it saying? Yep, Barry gets jumped annually. Hope Barry wasn't blown. Good day to be SGP. This crazy, he getting his karma. That girl in the all black mic throws something on the grill. Jesus, still do that at clubs. Where was his bros, Lone Soldiers? 0 out of 10, my guy. White people always jumping Barry. Constant L's. Barry keeping the timeline interesting. Jesus, at least he ain't run, yanked his patty. My boy stay getting roughed up. Barry always in fights with people. Barry, no. Fair enough. So thoughts and feelings go out to Barry. Hope he's okay. Moving on. Let's continue. Let's do a bit of catch up and shit on some of that. What's that? Golden hour shit I forgot to mention to you guys about. Let's do a little bit of that golden hour shit right now. So let me get rid of these quickly before I continue. Bear with me, let me empty this recycle bin so it's nice and empty. All right, cool. So golden hour. We did the Mark Maron. Did we do? Oh, haters, cool. Let's do this one. Mark Maron. So golden hour guys discuss the Mark Maron beef. I don't know. I'm not too sure why they're discussing it again Obviously, I know why. Probably,
I wish people would just call each other and say,
probably clout, but it's getting a bit tired and boring. But they discussed the Mark Maron thing again for the umpteenth time. I feel like, they're always talking about it every fucking week, but they discuss it once more for those of you that care. So this is Chris D'Elia, Eric Griffin, and Brendan Schwab talking about Mark Maron's recent, or not recent, but a few months back when he went on a bit of a tour ranting about comedians and shit and saying how shit the scene is and stuff. These guys have finally plucked up the courage to say something back when he's quit his podcast. So it's kind of funny. But let's hear what they have to say.
I wish people would just call each other and say, it's like I didn't like Schulz going on Rogan and talking about Santino and them.
What was it?
I didn't.
I did.
What did I did? I didn't like.
I
that.
did.
What did he do?
Nah, I'm with Schultz on that. There's this culture, and it's mainly a comic thing where these guys, especially Rogan, even Firing the Kid, we've given so many people platforms, and then they want to talk shit, or they're gonna.
This is basically what it comes down to. Brendan has this idea in his head where if he invites you on his pod and you sit down and you have a discussion or you have a great time and you come back maybe a few more times, there is no place for you to say anything disparaging about him. There is no place where you can kind of quote unquote platform his op or anything along those kind of lines. It can't be done. Which makes no sense because Mark Maron's a big comedian. He's a popular comedian. Everyone knows he's had these issues with Rogan over the years and maybe some of the LA comics, but you can't deny him an opportunity to go on your show simply because you're afraid he might say something bad about Rogan. If anything, you could just cut it out. You don't need to leave it in the episode. You can just cut out whatever section that he insults or maybe he says something mean against your friend. But the idea that just because you invite someone on your show that they are loyal to you forever, even if you're in the wrong, is absolutely insane.
So let's say you brought Mark Maron on this show and he started going bad on Rogan. I promise you I wouldn't add to it, or I wouldn't even give him a platform. But they decided to, so we just got to be like, oh, it's all good.
I love how he talks this big game. When we've seen a clip of him, he talks a big game about wanting to defend his friends, but he's failed in every occasion. When it came to defending Brian, he failed. When it came to defending and standing up for Chris, he failed. So, and obviously the recent clip that we saw when he went to perform, when he was a judge on that Story Wars show that they hosted, the Comedy Mothership Rogan's Club, when Lucia Gomez brought up Chris D'Elia in like a bad way, almost, joking about him being a pedophile, Brendan just sat there drinking his drink. He didn't say nothing. He didn't roll his eyes. He didn't make a sound. He didn't screw fucking Lucia Gomez. He didn't get up and walk away and walk out of the building. He just sat there and drank his drink. So this idea that he's like, the guy that stands up for all these friends, and if someone, you didn't do that, bro. We've not seen any evidence of you backing your chat. We've not seen any evidence of you doing what you say you think Andrew Santino should have done. None.
It's harmless. I think it's hoe behavior. I think it's hoe shit. I think it's soft. I think it's what's wrong with comedy.
Don't get me wrong. At the time it happened, I did say I found it a little bit strange how that episode came out. I did say at the time when Andrew Santino and Bad Friends Bobby Lee interviewed Mark Maron and he said what he said about Joe and the scene. I did find it odd that that show got aired, or even that clip was left in the edit. I found that a bit strange, considering how those guys like to really suck off Rogan, right? There was, maybe a couple of years ago that wouldn't have happened. Maybe now Rogan's hold and control has kind of waned. But in the past, those guys would go over them, would fucking bend them over backwards to make sure to protect Rogan. So I was confused why they left it in there. But in the case of just having an entertaining podcast, Santino didn't agree with anything Maron said. You just let him say what you wanted to say. And, comedians are usually the people who people think can take a joke and take criticism, are able to kind of laugh at themselves and be respectful. Yo, big up JU for life. Appreciate you. Big up Big Finger member. What a legend. Appreciate you. Big up JU for life and thank you for the gifted. Big up JU for life and thank you for the gifted. Big up everybody that gets a gifted membership. Make sure you say thank you for JU for life. You're a legend. Big up JU for life. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I don't think anything that was said was a bad thing. But I do understand if you're Rogan looking at Santino with a bit of a side eye,
Well, what happened? Okay, let me tell you. All right, so Maron was on Bad Friends. Oh. And Maron was going in on Joe Rogan and that stuff, right?
With one agenda. The only reason he came on with one agenda.
Hold on, Brandon. Yeah. And then
Powerful bunch.
Schulz goes on Rogan and he's saying like he had an issue with them not having any pushback. You know, that there was no pushback from Andrew about hey, and his whole point was like, Andrew goes on Rogan, he basically, really helped him blow up. And it's like, yo, have your friends back. You know what I mean?
Yep. So that's how it should work.
Now I understand that. But my thing is like, for me personally, I think that I hope he called him and said something to him.
Right.
Like if you really feel that way, then you call your guy and go, yo, man, what you doing? But to go on like
even though Andrew Schulz is right. Even though Andrew Schulz is right.
Actually, you know what? Let me stop it so you can hear it, and I'll pull it back a little bit. When the alerts play out, I'll let it play. I'll let it play out. Yeah. Bear with me. Big up Jay for life. You're a legend. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Big up Jay for life. Thank you for the gifted membership bomb. You're a fucking legend. All right, cool. Let's continue.
Then blow up, and it's like, yo, this goes on. And Maron was going in on
behavior. I think it's hoe shit. I think it's soft. I think it's what's wrong with comedy.
Well, what happened?
Okay, let me tell you. All right, so Maron was on Bad Friends. And Maron was going in on Joe Rogan and that stuff, right?
With one agenda. The only reason he came on with one agenda.
Hold on, Brandon. Yeah. And then, so Schulz goes on Rogan, and he's saying like he had an issue with them not having any pushback. That there was no pushback from Andrew about.
There was pushback. That's false. There was pushback. Santino said it several times. He defended the LA scene, defended Rogan. There was pushback. Maybe it wasn't as aggressive as they would have liked, but it was pushback. He didn't just sit there and let him trash these people. He did say something. He did offer up a little bit of a defense and shit.
About, hey, and his whole point was like, Andrew goes on Rogan, he basically, really helped him blow up. And it's like, yo, have your friends back. You know what I mean?
Yep. So that's how it should work.
Now I understand that. But my thing is like, for me personally, I think that I hope he called him and said something to him.
Right.
Like if you really feel that way, then you call your guy and go, yo, man, what you doing? But to go on like
even though Andrew Schulz is right. Even though Andrew Schulz is right.
Even if he's right.
Hold on. So again, Eric Griffin's confusing. Eric Griffin is upset and annoyed. Number one, at the fact that Santino let Maron come on his pod and trash Rogan and the LA comedy scene. He's also upset or doesn't like that Schulz went on Rogan and called out Santino for letting Maron come on his show and not defend him and not defend Rogan's honor. What? What the fuck? Huh?
Absolutely right.
Yeah,
absolutely right. I would assume, knowing Santino, he didn't do this for a lot of people, and I love Santino. I would assume he called Rogan.
Yo, big up Ranger.
You're describing feudalism with Joe Rogan characteristics. It apes genuine friendship and support, but when you look under the hood, it's just an MLM. Maybe they were truly boys once upon a time. That time has long passed.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Big up Ranger. I'm getting that vibe. Because if you think about it, the Santino thing would never have happened a few years ago. Something changed, The Santino Maron thing wouldn't have happened a few years ago. Something has changed. I'm not sure what. Maybe it's all those conversations, because you do hear more comedians nowadays say that the Rogan bump is like inconsequential. It's not that, it's not what it used to be. You do hear a lot of comedians
powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up Sardines, appreciate you.
I can't believe Santino would side with the Maronians and betray our great leader. We are comedy. We are Legion. Long live sacred Germany. Hits the Elon salute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I've just been remonetized. I'm not gonna do that shit. I've just been remonetized. I'm not gonna. You see how I'm my worst enemy? You see how I'm my own worst enemy? I nearly did that salute. Even though I've just been remonetized. I've just got this channel back up and running. I nearly did the fucking Elon salute. But yeah, man, NJ is right. Something definitely has changed. I wonder what. Something definitely has changed in the, like around Rogan. He's still a deity, don't get me wrong, but he's not as hallowed as he once was. Something has changed, Something has changed.
Rogan was like, dude, I didn't know it was going to go down like that. Knowing Rogan, he'd be like, "It's all good, man. It's all good." Because he's untouchable.
Really, I
but
would
for
think
those
Rogan
that
would
aren't,
write him off.
For those that aren't, it's fucked up.
No. Oh, Rogan would write off Santino after that.
No, but I'm saying that interview happened with Mark Maron, and then recently Santino was on Rogan promoting his special.
Oh, then it doesn't matter.
No, they have. He came on Rogan before that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That came out after, Eric.
But that's what I would think, rather.
Brendan's obviously wrong. Again, one of his skills and talents that needs to get a lot more recognition is Brendan's ability to be incredibly wrong. No, to be wrong, but also think he's right, but be very aggressive about it. Like most normal people be like, "Oh, I don't think so. Actually, are you sure?" No. Bro, you're wrong, right? You could be wrong, but you're out here doing these like certainties and shaking your finger, wagging your fucking finger. Just calma.
Because I wouldn't.
I know for a fact.
Think that
No,
was,
I
Rogan's
don't
pretty.
know. Let's check the timeline of that. I think.
Whatever,
Go ahead.
who cares, honestly? But
No. But it does matter.
Oh,
it does
okay.
matter.
It does matter. Yeah.
Because it lends to the point to that I don't think Rogan cares.
No,
but but my thing is like you don't need the dude that's almost a billionaire doesn't need defense.
Yeah, I get.
I disagree.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because money's the most important thing. That's why you're talking about it now. That's why you're all bickering about it. If money was so important, you wouldn't really be bickering about Mark Maron thinking that you guys have an outsized influence in comedy and are doing more harm than good.
It's not about money. You're missing it. It's not about money.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's about being a good friend.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I guarantee you, if I go on a podcast, they talk shit about Chris, Brian, you, Jeff Dye, my Rogan. It ain't going. Whoa. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We've seen the clip. I'm going to play it later, but there's a clip that exists out there where he's on a show where somebody takes a piss out of his quote-unquote good friend Chris D'Elia, and he doesn't say a damn thing.
No, and I always think it's weird when because it's like, dude, there's no loyalty or friendship with comics. Zero. That's zero, right?
That's not true.
Zero.
Well, no. You're saying
I have.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. I know. But here, let me finish what I was going to say. There is at base. There's none. And so if that's what being a comic is, then that's not what I am.
I think, does Chris D'Elia believe the things that come out of his mouth? Like, let's say, right? Let's say that we believe that Chris D'Elia is innocent of the crimes or of the allegations that were levied against him. Does he look himself in the mirror? Is he serious? Did he really expect his stand-up comedian friends to stand by him when he got accused of being a PDF or of messaging barely legal girls? Did he really expect comedians that he knows very well, because he is one himself? Did he expect professional comedians who, by their very nature, as fucking Chris Mack pointed out earlier, are inherently very selfish and self-centered people? Did he really expect those people who are very competitive, self-centered and selfish to stand by his side when he was accused of messaging underage girls, barely legal girls? Do you really, is he for real? Even if you're innocent, did you really expect them to ride for you? Isn't that naive to think so? Isn't that redacted, silly, dumb? Of course they were never going to ride for you. It doesn't mean they're not loyal. It means they're preserving. They're in a state of self-preservation. They want to ensure that they still have a career at the end of this. They're not gonna. Why are they going to ride for you for? Does that make any sense? Such a strange thing to say. Oh, because they didn't defend me when I was getting accused of one of the worst crimes you could get accused of as a man, right? The only thing worse than being accused of being a PDF is maybe being a fucking graper or something, right? And the only thing worse than being a graper is maybe, I don't know. I can't think of something. I don't know. What else can be worse than that? They're both horrible. Horrible crimes. Most men would never want to be accused of. And you think those guys are going to stand by your side? Come on, man. Be for real. Be for real.
Bro, I'm a person first. I'm going to have your back, dude. I'm not going to, there's no fucking, dude, if I'm friends with Rogan and I know Mark Maron hates Rogan, I'm not going to have him on my podcast.
You're not coming on.
That's just not happening.
I'm not.
Why not, though? You can have him on your podcast and not discuss Rogan. Rogan's had plenty of people on his podcast that these guys don't like or don't get along with. That you're honestly grown-ass men. If he says something you don't like, just clip it out of the show. It's your fucking show. You're a bit of coil. If money wasn't important, they wouldn't be podcasting on Misfit Pod. Exactly. Big up Coiler. Yeah, big up it's Nate. Big up Nate. Big up Nate. Everyone got to go to 10th planet and lock in or something. I don't want that either. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Powerful bunch.
I want everyone to just get along.
They got Diddy in prison for exfoliating with nut. They can take down anyone at any moment. None of us are safe. Did you know you can save Snapchats?
That first line is crazy. That first line is absolutely insane. I'm not even going to go over it anymore. That first line was nuts. No pun intended. Pause. But that first line was nuts. Jesus Christ. Okay. Brendan's getting PTSD from the pod. We got friend of the show. Accused, exposed, same thing. Allegation boys. We got friend of the show. Obviously you're being facetious, but yes, I think he was pretty sure that he would back them. That's the thing though. You can't expect that. I'm sorry. You have to understand that even if you're innocent, if you get accused, like in the real world, right? In the real world, you're not even, you got a regular 9 to 5. If you got accused of diddling, you would lose some friends, and you can't be mad at your friends. People in stream chat, let me know if I'm being mad. If you were accused of fucking diddling in your 9 to 5 job and you lost some friends off the back of it, can you be mad at your friends even if you didn't do it? You can be upset, you can be disappointed, but can you be mad at them that they didn't hold you down and back you up? You got accused of fucking diddling. It's a job, it's a workplace. Why am I gonna, you expect me to kind of defend you and lose my job? Like what? Come on, man, use your brain. You can be up, you can be disappointed, but to think that they should have stood by you is like so naive. It's so, it's bordering on the line of like selfish as well in a way, you know? It's kind of entitled. It's like, what? Why do you think you're special? Why would another grown-ass man sacrifice their living and their ability to support their family to defend Chris D'Elia and his alleged crimes that he may or may not be guilty of? Like, come on, man.
I'm gonna let you use my platform to shit on my buddy who has done more for you than anybody else out there.
Period.
Or
again, I like in the defense of Rogan, they're emphasizing how much Rogan does for people's careers. But when they're not talking about Rogan in this capacity, they like to act like, no, it was just me. I was busting my ass. I was doing sets and reps. I was all over. But now they're talking about Rogan in defending way. They're making it very clear and they're very forthright in the influence he has in their career. Oh, Andrew Santino got everything for. Oh, so now you recognize how much this guy does for you, huh?
Or let me just be the voice of a different type of feeling here. If he's on there, I think Schultz's point to me was, hey, say something in that moment. Like,
okay, fine, yes.
Yeah, it's okay to have the guy on your podcast.
And then
like I'd have Mark Maron if he would want to be on my small. With him. I'd be like, what you talking? But the thing is, I hit up Mark Maron myself. That's what I'm saying about it. I'm saying like instead of talking shit.
Again, that's clout chasing. What Mark Maron had to say had nothing to do with Eric Griffin. He's not in the inner circle. He's not one of the 250. Yes, Rogan invited him to perform at the Mothership and do a headline set, which kind of makes him default 250, but he's not really. He's a new addition. He's kind of on the outside looking in. He's really only there because he's friends now with Brendan, to be completely honest. Although, to be fair to him, I think he appeared on Rogan before he was friends with Brendan, but still, he's not who Mark Maron was talking about. So he is kind of clout chasing to try and hit up Maron to get him on his show. He's clout chasing. He also wants the views. So does he really believe what he's saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Does Eric Griffin really feel perturbed and pissed off about what Mark Maron said about Rogan and his friends? Or did he just see the views and all the attention that Mark Maron generated when he went on his anti-Rogan, anti-Comedy Store kind of press run?
Behind somebody's back or like whatever that is, you hit him up. Hey man, what was that? Why'd you do that? Right. I just think there needs to be more of that. But maybe that did happen. I don't know. Maybe Schultz hit up Andrew and was like, yo, man, why you don't know. I don't know. But I just thought that was like, oh, doing it like that? No. I just didn't like that. I don't like none of it. I don't like none of the talking about people like that.
Of course you wouldn't like that because you may have skeletons in your closet. The only person that would say something like this are people that have maybe done some things that they don't want people to know about. Why wouldn't you be okay with comedians policing themselves, calling each other out, holding themselves to a certain account, having a line in the sand, having things that are like a no-go. Why wouldn't that be a good thing? Why wouldn't you want to say vocally aloud, like, hey, if one of my comedian friends got fucking, you know, accused or convicted or found guilty of R-wording somebody, they're dead to me. Why would they be like, oh no, you can't talk about that in public? Why not? That's not me. I didn't do that. Yes, I'm a comedian, but I'm not the one running around touching kids. So if someone does do it, I'm going to fucking, you know, and somebody asks me my opinion, maybe you don't go out and share it just untoward, but if somebody asks you what your opinion is, you're going to say, yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. That's not my boy. I don't know that guy. But oh, I don't like that. You got to call some, like, who owes you a conversation on the phone directly like that? Why should I call you? Why? For what reason? If I feel like you've done something wrong and I want to just speak about it publicly on my own platform and stuff, why do I owe you a conversation? For what reason? A heads up to do what? Like, come on, man. These guys are weird when it comes to stuff. So bizarre. And again, Mark Maron didn't even say anything that deep. Mark Maron just said he feels like these guys are over-representative in stand-up. They're not a reflection on what stand-up is actually like. He feels like maybe they punch down a little bit too much. And they have this de facto gatekeeper role, which they shouldn't have. Which is true. There is maybe an outsized influence and control and whatever that they have on the scene, which again, it's not their fault. It's just a byproduct of being really popular. But you're allowed to have a problem with it and it not be beef. That's all I'm saying. You're allowed to have a problem with Rogan's outsized influence in stand-up and it not be beef. Maybe, you know, Mark Maron and how he talks and comes across as a little bit, you know, whatever. But I still don't think anything that Maron said should need this kind of like, you know, what was it? This kind of AA group meeting, this sort of like therapy session that they're having now at the moment. It really wasn't that deep.
You know, I mean, I just don't, I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
So this was after it says.
Yeah.
But you know what my thing is? I just think it's hoe behavior. I just think it's soft beta behavior.
Brendan, you're not the person. I know he was a former MMA fighter, but he can't talk like this. Because the moment where the moment he was given, where he had to prove he was a badass and stood on his shit, was when Brian got accused of raping somebody. That's when you stand on your shit. That's when you tell the sponsors, fuck you, I'm doing the show with my boy, even though someone said that he raped them. I don't believe it.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up Solazes.
Does my boy have allegations? Sure. Diagnosed depression? Yay. Gambling prom? Cool. Nothing a little pure spectrum CBD can't solve. Promo code SHAB.
Exactly. SHAB, exactly. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. Big up Solazes, I don't know. I just think Brendan can't talk this big boy talk because he's never done this. He didn't defend Brian when needed. He didn't defend Crystalia when needed. He tucked his tail and ran. So no thank you. And when it was happening too, he didn't say nothing. When Mark Maron quit his pod, suddenly he's got a voice.
Because there's no repercussions.
Gossiping.
Yeah, it's just hoe shit. It's just chicken head shit for views. Because they know him talking shit about Rogan's gonna be hot.
Yeah, I don't. You know, if I'm talking shit about someone, it's joking or on the group text.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So this is what I meant. So
talking shit about somebody on group text is okay. Doing it on the podcast is not okay. Surely if you're not okay with talking shit, you just don't talk shit. No? Surely if you're not good with gossip, you just don't gossip in general. You don't say, oh no, if I gossip in my group chat, it's fine, but I wouldn't gossip in public. No, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, I guess they got proof here that, that Andrew Santino did go on Rogan after the whole Maron thing happened. Which again says a lot more about Rogan too. It shows that he's not overly bothered because Santino didn't really do anything wrong. Maron went on the show and just had a bit of a rant and kind of let loose when it came to Rogan, but he didn't really do. It's not like it was Santino's fault for Maron going on that rant against Rogan. Maron doesn't like Rogan. Rogan doesn't like Maron. It is what it is. I don't think Santino did anything to kind of encourage that reaction from him, to be honest.
Right. So he was on Bare Friends in August, and then Andrew was on after.
Yeah. So Rogan doesn't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't care because Schulz brought that up. He was like, "You better than me, man," because I wouldn't, And it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, that sucks. There's so many other things to talk about, but it's like I get it. But you know what? Again, that's his friend, and he was really adamant about like I didn't like that, and I get that whether he's right or wrong. His friend? No, I get why Schulz is on there saying that. Like he's on Rogan being like,
right.
dude, how could you do that? Why would you?
Right.
This guy would whatever. But I just think it's like, damn. Like you know.
Yeah, but those.
You're allowed to criticize Rogan, man. I'm sorry. These motherfuckers are too soft. You're allowed to criticize Rogan. I know Rogan has done a lot for their careers, like legitimately, single-handedly, he helped Brendan to become a multimillionaire. He's probably not a multimillionaire anymore, but Rogan did single-handedly help Brendan to become a multimillionaire. So I get the loyalty. I understand. But he's allowed to be criticized like every other person. He's not immune to criticism. He's not perfect. He's no God. He's just a regular human being like you and I. He bleeds like you and I, breathes like you and I. The way that they put him on the pulpit and praise him this way is fucking crazy. If anything, it doesn't do him any service. It doesn't help him to have these people like going out their way, fighting his battles, when really isn't a battle that needs to be fought. Mark Maron has a different opinion than Rogan has about his influence in comedy. They have different opinions when it comes to what they think is funny. They have different opinions as to what they think the scene is like and whatever else it may be. That is it really at the heart of it. It's not really that deep. They just come from two different points of view. If anything, it makes it compelling, actually. It actually makes for a really good pod. I'd love to see them on a pod together, Mark Maron and Joe Rogan, because they politically don't align. They're on opposite ends and they have very differing opinions about comedy. It would actually make for a far better interview or podcast to have Maron and Joe Rogan talking to each other than it would to have Brendan on there agreeing with everything Rogan says, parroting everything Rogan says. You get me? So this whole defense, this whole fighting for his love, putting your fucking Rogan cape on is so wasted on this opportunity. This isn't the time to put a Rogan cape on because it really isn't that deep.
Those guys don't keep the same energy for everybody because Rogan's the king.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, if that makes sense.
Of course, yeah.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is this, like,
yeah, Big Up J for Life can go as far as being the complete opposite and putting everyone's business out there like the bald-headed fat people.
You have a gun?
Exactly. Big Up Addy Z.
They acting like speaking about Rogan is haram.
Honestly, it's so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. And I don't want to play the clip again, the Andrew Santino clip, but it's not that bad. It's not actually no. Maybe I can find it. It really isn't that bad. It really isn't that bad. They're crying about fucking nothing. I swear to God. He disagreed with them when it comes to fucking comedy and shit. That was it. It wasn't really that bad. Let's see if I can find it. Do I have it on my streamable? Bear with me a second. Let's see if I can find it. Do I have it here? Fear of bombing. Yeah, I think I might have it. I think I still might have it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's about to get deleted soon. Actually, it's about to get deleted soon. Let me see. Do I have it? Do I have it? Oh, maybe I don't. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I gotta find it somewhere else then. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta find it then. So is that Mark Maron, Bad Friends? There's a clip. They even clipped it.
I want to say,
did they clip it? Mark Maron calls out everyone. Did they clip it? Holy shit! Okay. Alright, fair enough. Maybe they got a point. They even clipped it. That's hilarious. Okay, they didn't put Rogan's name in the title though. They didn't put Rogan's name in the title. They just said Mark Maron calls everyone out. Did they put Mark Rogan on the tags? Bad Friends. No. Okay, cool. Let's see.
That
it's
okay.
Who's that? Joseph Rogan? Yeah, we do actually.
I did Tom. Yeah, right. Tom was first
with the video podcast.
With the video,
yeah. But yeah, me and who else?
Rogan.
Okay.
Who's that?
Joe Rogan.
Joseph Rogan?
Yeah, he's out of Texas.
Oh, Texas. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Got it.
Yeah. You love Austin, don't you?
He's running half the planet out of Texas.
Yeah.
He's got a tight hold on the enlightened meatheads.
See, there we go. That again, true comments. Runs out Austin. He's got a grip on entitled meatheads. All true comments.
Dude, Maron's disdain.
It's not disdain. It's reasonable criticism.
Reasonable criticism.
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess it would have been at the store. I never talked to him in Austin. I don't go into the club. I don't really think I'm on his radar. So
something tells me you are.
Oh yeah,
something tells me you are.
I don't. It's weird that you get lumped into a certain thing, and maybe it's my assumption that his army of healthy fellas.
Is that their title? Army of Healthy Fellas is so good.
You just got to, got to stay and keep the machine.
The machine's got to be good.
Yeah.
That's a shot at Bert. Go ahead.
What do you think the Austin shelf life is going to be?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think that it's so effectively tribalized at this point. It really comes down to material. I mean, at what point, it's like whatever they represented in terms of policy. And it's not a stretch. It's like they won. Trans people are frightened. They have no ability to get health care anymore. And they're afraid of being alive and have no freedom left. So that's done. When do you stop with the jokes?
When do you
Again, maybe a little bit painful to hear if you're Rogan, but there's some truth to what he's saying. Again, doesn't seem super insulting, but there's some truth to what he's saying.
Immigrants, okay, well, they're being ripped away from their homes, and they're all terrified, and okay, so that's done. When do you stop with the jokes?
Right.
I mean, it's one thing to pick on the vulnerable and the marginalized, but I mean, they're down.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
they're down.
Why do you got to keep hitting them unless you're a hack? Now, there's a question.
We got quite in the stream chat. If you went to the mothership, Rogan would send SEAL Team 6 after him. Yeah. Mark Maron will get the same treatment at the mothership as Brendan would if he went to a UFC card. You know that, innit? If Brendan Schaub ever posted a picture of himself at a UFC card and Dana saw that, he would treat Brendan the same way Rogan would treat Maron if he tried to pull up at the comedy mothership.
Mark.
He comes in swinging.
Yeah.
No, so I don't know the last time I talked to Joe. People for a while were like, why don't you go on Joe's show? And my answer to that is like, why?
Why? Right. Well, it doesn't service you.
Well, no, I don't need him, and also there's no way for me to, like, what am I going to talk to him about? And there's no way for me to sort of not walk out of there and be like, all right, I guess I'll look at my phone. Oh, fuck. How long is this going to go on for?
Right.
But it's like Martin Luther King
Jesus
and Malcolm X maybe
Christ.
meeting at one point. Don't you think? Let's go historical with it.
Say it again.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King meeting. They met at one point.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And
pioneers of the civil rights movement.
Which one is Malcolm X and which one's Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King.
I don't really think
that's not Martin Luther.
The analogy doesn't work.
No. He's so bad at analogies. Let him keep going with this. It's going to get funnier as it goes on.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go with more analogies.
He's like, this is if Hitler's and Goebbels had to hang out off the work site.
Why, one of those is right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's quick.
Yeah, I think you got half that analogy.
Okay, yeah.
See,
Mark, why could you just once support me? You know what I mean? With an analogy.
Shut up.
But that was just wrong. It brought race into it in a very profound way. Yeah. And I would.
Mine was angled and funny and distant. It went somewhere else.
Yeah, I think on one side of that, there's a guy that's aggressively fighting for the civil rights of victimized white people. God knows they've had it hard enough for a long enough time. But
has Joe asked you?
No.
Oh,
here's a better angle.
Adam used to go like, "Hey, what?" And I'm like, "No, why?"
Well, because it's interesting being someone like us on the outside of it and watching you.
Oh, you got 1 foot in, baby.
Well, yeah, it's it's right up your ass.
Yeah, that's the other foot.
I think what it is for me is I would love to see you guys chat, but I'd love to see you guys chat in neither of your arenas. It would be the only way it'd be legit. Because if you have to go to his show, not going to work.
Very good.
He has to go to your house, not going to work. You guys would have to do this thing.
It's like setting up a mob meeting here.
No, seriously.
They should do it here.
Moderated.
You should do it here at Bad Friends.
They should do it here.
It would piss both of them off so fucking much.
Yeah.
Look at the art behind them.
I know.
It would just be of us.
This would be good. Neutral ground.
But you do have to understand something. I have known Joe since he started.
Yeah.
I mean, literally since he first set foot on stage.
In Boston.
I was there.
Boston.
Yeah. And I remember my initial issues where there was another guy, Kevin Flynn, who was out of the game. And he was like a soccer jock. And at that time, Joe was like a regional kickboxing champion. And my initial reaction was like, what are these guys doing here? This isn't for them. It's like Louis once said to me years ago when Jay Moore started in New York when he was like 17. He's like, it's not for them. It's not for the good looking guys. It's not for the jocks. This is for us rejects, us guys who don't fit in. That's what comedy was.
By the way, was Jay Moore that good looking? Am I crazy?
He was cute back then.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like the fact that Maron admitted that he's hated Rogan for 30 years, kind of subtly there, no? I do like the fact that he kind of admitted he's hated Rogan and what he represents since the moment he set eyes on him in the scene. This beef is long lasting. It's deep rooted, but it's mostly between them. It doesn't have to do anything with Brendan, has nothing to do with Eric Griffin. The fact that they're going out their way to get themselves involved in this is kind of weird. It's very personal. It's a lot to do with their personalities. They've got very different outlooks on the world, and that's it, man. Let them have their tete-a-tete. But it doesn't require Brendan jumping in, Eric Griffin jumping in, Chris D'Elia trying to jump in to save his relationship with Rogan. It's not that deep, really. It really isn't that deep.
You know,
where's this energy for Brian? Where's this energy for Brian, who had on? I can go through the list who we've had on before they made it.
You know what, Brandon? That's the first thing I thought. The first thing I thought was like, oh well, where was this energy for Chris?
If you're gonna ask for Brian, you should ask Rogan why Brian. The Brian thing is don't ask the Brian question, because when Brian got accused of rape, Rogan essentially acted like he didn't know Brian's name for 2 years or something, maybe a year and a half. Let's be conservative. Let's be fair. For a year and a half, Rogan refused to utter Brian Callen's name. He literally acted like Brian didn't exist. Then when the coast was clear and all the allegation stuff had subsided, he welcomed him back on the show like nothing had changed. For a year, he didn't speak about Brian. Rogan didn't use his big platform to defend his friend Brian from the quote-unquote false rape allegations. He did nothing to help him. Brian had to be out here doing fucking shows with Sam Tripoli, doing shitty podcasts with Sam Tripoli and trying to make it work. So let's not enter Rogan in the thing, because Rogan is very... understandably so, because he built himself a hefty and very profitable empire. Rogan definitely knows where his bread is buttered, and he definitely makes sure he looks after number one. Don't be confused. If Brendan was to ever get accused, God forbid it happens. Touch wood, it doesn't happen. But if Brendan was ever to get accused of a madness, Rogan would drop him like a hot potato. I hope Brendan knows that, by the way. If he was to ever get accused of a madness, Rogan would be nowhere to be found. Like, he's gonna protect that Spotify bag. So as much as they're jumping in trying to help other people, it's like, just mind your business, stay out of it. It's not really nothing to do with you. It's mostly a Maron and fucking Rogan thing. At most, it might include Santino and shit, because he had Maron on, but it really has nothing to do with these guys.
Where was this energy when all that stuff was going on?
You guys just gonna write Chris off? You're just gonna write Brian off?
Ask Rogan about Chris. Rogan doesn't like to mention Chris's name, and when he does mention his name, there's always jokes involved, and they're to do with like girls and all that shit. So Rogan clearly has a stance, he drew his line in the sand when Chris was accused of what he was accused of, and they're acting as if the comedians didn't know. Rogan probably had experience about seeing what he saw with Chris. The accusations come around, that probably solidified and confirmed some of his suspicions. But Rogan is definitely gone out of his way to make sure not to have Chris back on the show for whatever reason.
Yeah, all that. So I just go, that's what I'm saying. It's easy to defend the guy that doesn't need defense.
Eric, the reason they're defending him, because Rogan, it is what it is, human nature. But the reason they're defending Rogan, because he can still help them. Chris can't, I can't, Brian can't.
Right. Yeah. It's
that's what I'm saying.
Don't get it twisted.
Period. Yeah.
Who's defending Rogan though? You're defending Rogan. What do you mean they can't defend? Like I don't know what you're saying there. To be fair,
no. Listen,
they don't care about anyone.
Yeah. That's
no. But
you do.
And if Rogan fell off, they wouldn't care about him.
What I'm saying is, I do. I care about.
Yeah, you do.
I care about how
I do too.
Empathy, man. Eric Griffin, the most empathetic guy in the world. Give him an award. Give him a gold star. Give him a pat on the back. Fuck out of here.
So does
you know what I mean? So I didn't like
this disingenuous hack. Just because they're on the outside looking in, disingenuous hacks.
Even for Mark Maron, I was like, I don't like this look for you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
you know what I mean? Like I'm not. I said this to him to his face.
No, I know.
It's part of his brand, though, isn't it? You're not gonna tell Mark Maron not to hate. You're not gonna tell Mark Maron not to be grumpy. That's part of his brand and has been since the day he came on the scene. Eric is the same guy. He's just not as brave as Mark Maron. Eric Griffin's more of a pussy, but he has the same demeanor. he has the same kind of outlook on life and comedy and shit. He's just not as brave as Mark Maron to come out and say it. But to give Mark Maron a lecture and to tell him how he should behave and how he should act, more like you, I guess, is fucking insane. Especially when it's Eric Griffin.
He said to me, he walked up to me and he was like, "Yo, man, I'm not bitter. I'm not jealous. At the worst, I'm old." And I was like, "Mark, if it looks like
no, you're a bitter bitch." But here's the thing: the way it works in the world I come from is Mark Maron, with all the shit talk he's talking about, with all the Rogan verse, and you guys aren't going to condone this. He needs to get fucking punched in the face.
This is too much. This is too much. Threatening to punch Mark Maron in the face simply because he has a difference of opinion when it comes to comedy, when it relates to your best friend in Rogan, the guy that made your career. I understand the need to defend the guy, but to want to punch him in the face because he doesn't think you and your friends are funny is insane. That's an insane overreaction. But it just goes to show how much Mark Maron's words have a lot of validity and truth to them. Because they definitely hit at they definitely hit where they're meant to hit. Because you don't react this way if what the person's saying has not got some element of truth to it. Also, your career, your job is to kind of put yourself out there in the public light. You're going to have some people that are going to suck you off. You're going to have some people that are going to want to rub your back, pat you on the back, give you a hand job, want to hold your hand, all that sort of shit. Cool. You're also going to have people who don't really like what you do, who don't really rate what you do. Not because they hate you or anything malicious, they just don't like it. They have a difference of opinion. That's perfectly okay. They don't need your permission to do that. They don't have to call you to do that. You don't have to allow them to do that. They can just look at you, regardless of what you say that comes out of your mouth, and just say, you know what? Not for me. And that is perfectly fine. You don't get to punch them in the face. You don't get to physically assault them because they don't agree with your worldview. That, my friend, is being a bully.
That's how this should go.
Well, behind a mic,
if you're going to talk all this shit
behind a mic,
and you get physically assaulted, you're going to stop.
Right.
You fucking cuck.
Why is he a cuck, though? That's a weird insult to call Mark Maron a cuck. Because he thinks you and your friends are hacks. He doesn't rate Rogan as a comedian. He thinks a lot of the comedians are punching down. Right? How is that? How is he a cuck for that, though? I don't understand cuck. Let's actually go a little bit back to the video. I don't understand the need to call him a cuck, though. It's a strange thing to call him.
Sure. Okay, but let's be honest. Let's go back to the truth tree then. Mark Maron is a good-looking guy.
Not always. I was
Mark
a little
Maron,
sweaty.
You're a good dude. Why are you getting TV shows every fucking
Yeah.
second, man?
And we'll get to
Not
that.
for my looks.
We'll get to that in a
It
second.
is. There's companies. There's your face. I've seen you on screen.
No, he's a handsome guy. It's annoying.
You have great angles on your face.
When you were young.
Now.
Yes, you're right. You matured. When you were young, you were hideous. You were a hideous man to look at.
I was sweaty and bloated and long hair. But getting back to Joe, look, I imagine.
All right.
Sex machine, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was okay.
Ladies, who's that? That's a hot.
But look, I really couldn't land on a look, could I?
Yeah.
God, you really rotated. Now go to the Comedy Central photo down below.
Yeah.
Awful.
That was a bad night.
Off. I mean, this is what anti-Semites dream of.
No, that's not quite. That's not quite a full Jew. I would say full Jew. Look at the one of me and Sam Kennison. That is me at my drugged out fucking best.
Wait,
Wow. What a legendary photo.
That's such a good photo.
What a crazy! I was out of my mind.
I know.
Out of my mind. Everything had a reason.
Was that at Crest Hill?
That was.
Did you live in Crest Hill?
That was. Yeah, I did. That was in the back lot.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Was that Fitz? Was that you and a young Fitz?
Yeah. That was in Boston. Me and Fitz. Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
I've never seen this photo. Look at how jacked Fitz looks.
Wow.
Yeah. And then up there on where's that one of me and Dave Cross in the red shirt? Dave Cross. It was probably in the mid '90s. Yeah. Hey.
Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that night for the Comedy Central, the first half hours, I fucked it, man. It was so sad, dude, because I got out here. I wasn't.
Imagine all those illustrious names that Mark Maron's linked to, and then he's got Brendan saying he's going to punch him in the face because he took the piss out of Rogan. You know, imagine all those names, all those stripes he's earned over the years, all those experiences, seeing the highs and the lows of comedy, seeing all these friends go from being nobodies to big people in the industry, seeing people come and go, die, whatever else, people like Kinnison and shit. And then you got Brendan, you got Brendan threatening you with physical assault because you called Rogan a hack. Like, honestly, life is fucking hilarious.
I wasn't living out here, and I was still doing coke then, right? And I had one guy who would get me the blow here, right? And it was, you remember Bob Baker?
Oh yeah,
sure. Bob Baker.
Bob Baker, dude.
I couldn't trust Chewy, but Baker had other connections. You know,
Chewy had other connections.
You know, Chewy,
House of Blues, you can get in there for free.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I don't know what happened to Baker, but he wasn't a dealer. But he was here, and I would say like, I'm coming out, try to get some. So I was really dead set on like trying to keep clean before that special, and I thought I did. Because I was like, I'll just do a little the night before, but I'll stop at like 6 at night, and but needless to say, I didn't sleep much, and I tanked. I didn't tank, but it was not good. It was the same. That was like the same night that Hedberg, whether it was that night or the night after, did the special that made him.
Yeah.
But he didn't do well either, but he was him.
I was at that special.
Yeah, that was at the Ivy.
He bombed so bad.
Well, yeah. And he talks about it in the special, right? Doesn't he talk about
stops
eating
at one
shit?
point and comes out again. It was weird.
Yeah. But it took on mythic proportions, that special. I mean, that really was what put him on the map. But that was the same bunch of taping. So I was kind of sweaty. I did okay. I really didn't have my voice in totally. I was still kind of bitter. But the saddest thing about this is like, after you do a set like that, you want to go into a room full of friends and they had food there too. And I'm like, all right, I finished the set and I walk into where the food is. No one's in there but Baker. And he's going, they got roast beef. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the victory party.
So
right
what
there.
years were you a doorman at the store though?
I got out here, I guess it was 86 and 87.
Yeah.
So I got out here in like the summer of 86, became head doorman. And, she made me head doorman. I had to get all these idiots jackets. It was a different thing there. She tried to open one in Universal City.
Wow.
Like in a hotel there. So it was my job to make the schedule for the door guys. There was no security or anything, and nobody wanted this job.
Wow.
So it was me, Rod Blackman, who wasn't a comic, Andy Volver, Mike Jeselnik. Do you remember that guy?
No.
He was a lawyer. He's in Cleveland. Jay Pope was another guy. I can't believe I'm remembering these names. But she was like, man, you gotta get him jackets. And I'm like, well, I gotta get him jackets. So I'm down in fucking Chinatown trying to find black blazers for these idiots. And and then I was living in Culver City with Steve Brill, and then they kicked me out of the apartment because Pete Berg, the director?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Steve Brill's also director. I went to college with Steve, and we were best friends. We actually started doing comedy together.
Pete Berg is killing it now.
He does all right.
Yeah.
He did a few Sandler movies. He did Sandler's last special, but Berg is definitely killing it.
Definitely killing it.
And he's got a real.
He was your college roommate?
Wow. No, Steve Brill was my good friend in college. So Brill lived out here, and there was a whole crew of them, including Berg. When I met Berg, he was trying to act. I took pictures of those guys, and he used a picture I took of him as his headshot for years out in Culver City. But him and Brill were friends. And I was living with Brill in Culver City in a building his uncle owned or his mom or something. And what happened was Berg needed a place to live. So all of a sudden they're like, you can stay on the couch. And it was so sad because I was trying to get in at doing stand-up. The way I got the job as a doorman at the store is like Mitzi. I was doing PA work. This is a funny story. I didn't know what the fuck to do when I got out here. I just wanted to be a comic, and I didn't know how to get on. I didn't know anything. And when I got out here, I'd showcased at the store, and I don't even think it was a real showcase at the Improv.
Hearing him tell stories and then listening to Brendan trying to put together a sentence is pretty night and day, isn't it? No? Hearing Mark Maron tell fun, interesting stand-up comedy stories and hearing Brendan trying to pronounce pedantic is something.
And I just didn't know what else to do. There wasn't any other options. And I started doing PA work. And so the first job I had as a PA was on it doesn't matter.
Tell me.
Yeah,
we have to know.
It was on a shoot for it was a series of videos called Kid Songs, music videos for kids.
Kids song.
Yeah.
Like Kids Bop.
Yeah, whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
And this one was the circus themed one. And they were shooting at the Circus Vargas, which was on it was what do you call it when they're not in season? Off season.
Off season.
Right. So I know it's hard. I'm getting old.
I see why you're ending the show.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna
wait, save it. Come on, just finish the
give me
story.
5 minutes.
Don't attack me.
So it's just all these circus people and these kids and the director's all coked up and it's all crazy and I'm just a PA running around getting things, but it's like really it's all circus people and the kids are running around. And then after a day of shooting, there were 2 clowns. And after we wrap, the clowns come up to me and they're like, "You want to get high?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a PA.
I've never been high with a clown.
Well, that's the fucked up thing. Like, let's go to our trailer. So I go to the clown trailer, and they're in there, and the one dude just starts rolling a joint, and I go, "Like, hold on, you got to take the makeup off."
I can't be stoned staring at you guys in fucking clown makeup.
I can't do the clown.
Yeah, the
full
nose,
clown.
was the nose still on?
Everything was still on.
That's insane.
So anyway, so I get another PA job for Mitzi. And I didn't know it. I just got a job. You get into this circuit of PAs. And she was shooting at that time where what is over there now, where the Petri used to be the House of Blues. And before that, it was a house.
Wow.
It was John Barrymore's old house, an old Hollywood house that Mitzi owned, and she put a restaurant in there called Barrymore's. And for a while there, no one would eat there.
Was it good?
I don't know. There's a full restaurant.
No one would fucking eat there, man.
Wow.
Well, they tried to offer packages like, dinner and the show. So you'd eat dinner and then you go to the main room show. But it was a restaurant for a little while and there were production offices underneath it. And she was trying to produce the Comedy Store channel. So she had all the guys that were working at that time doing all kinds of sketches and all kinds of shit. It was this big undertaking.
Ollie Joe Prater?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who was. Well, she was fucking Danny Stone at the time. And
Oh my God.
Danny was like, how are you? All he did was like,
oh my God.
Rodney
He did
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield,
Yeah,
He has that kind of vibe.
yeah, always wearing a suit and sweaty, bug-eyed, and But
I heard Jimmy Schubert ate her pussy, but I don't know if I can.
All right, Mark, finish your story.
yes,
he diverts, and it's
sorry.
Yeah,
no, Schubert will cop to that.
Yeah.
Schubert used to say.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, that was urban myth. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He used to say, "I had a pager on my dick." Yeah. So
wow.
Anyway, big up Mark Maron, man. Absolute legend. We prefer him over them. Let's finish the Clippers over Golden Hour.
Go complain to your cats.
Wow. He's calling Mark Maron a cat lady.
Bitch. But here's the thing. The way it works in the world I come from is Mark Maron, with all the shit talk he's talking about, with all the Rogan verse, and you guys aren't going to condone this, he needs to get fucking punched in the face. That's how this should go.
By the way, it's Rogan Sphere, not Rogan Verse.
Well, behind a mic,
if you're going to talk all this shit
behind a mic,
and you get physically assaulted, you're going to stop.
Right.
You fucking cuck. Go complain to your cats. Go do your shitty comedy and go back into your dungeon.
Shitty comedy. Imagine Brendan telling Mark. I know Mark Maron's an acquired taste. I personally like his style of comedy. I reviewed one of his specials on my Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Patreon.com/Agostino. But imagine letting Brendan Schaub insult your comedy. Imagine.
Well, see, this is
Fuck
somebody.
that, dude. I'm done being nice to him, and I was a fan of Mark.
What do you mean I'm done being nice to him? I'm done being nice to him. What? He probably doesn't even know you exist. He probably doesn't even remember who you are. I'm done being nice to him. I'm sure he's heartbroken. I'm sure Mark Maron's heartbroken that Brendan doesn't want to be his friend anymore.
I get it, dude. I understand. I get people. I would say people on, on the base level need to get punched in the face more. I would say. I'm not. Do I condone somebody punching Mark Maron? No, but it's like,
I do.
Surely at the base level, if people deserve to get punched in the face more, wouldn't the guy that's accused of touching up kids or being involved with really barely legal sometimes underage girls allegedly, wouldn't he be the one that would be first in line? If there was somebody that deserved to get punched in the face, wouldn't be the guy who avoided any prison time for the things that they were accused of, which probably would have got other people in prison. Wouldn't that be the person? I don't know. Wouldn't that be one of the people that would be in front of the queue for a face punching?
Understand what? Well, look, it's that whole thing. Like you say, keep that energy. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason he can go to podcasts to do is because there's no repercussions.
Because it hasn't happened.
There's no repercussions because he's just sharing his opinion, brother. He's not threatening to beat up anybody. He's not said any fighting words. He's merely saying he thinks Rogan's a hack. He thinks Rogan's not funny. He thinks your friends, not you, because you don't do comedy anymore. He thinks your friends have an outsized influence in the scene. He thinks your friends are punching down, which they maybe are. That's all. That's why he hasn't been punched in the face.
He's around other cops.
I know. But in a way, it does happen because people like you, people like, certain people will look at this and be like, why is he doing this? And then you just, whether you like.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Shades Cow. Exactly. That's the main reason. All they're doing is signaling to Joe, hey, I will come on your podcast and defend you just like Andrew did. I'm ride or die. Exactly. Even this defense isn't even genuine. It's more of a, hey, Rogan, I'm your real friend, It's kind of a, self-congratulating in its own way. Yeah, you're definitely right.
Like it or not, I don't think that people who like I'd rather have a fan base that truly appreciates me than people watching because of gossip shit. I talked about on my podcast. I talked about the old when Robert De Niro was on Sesame Street in 1980 something, and I talked about it for 10 minutes, dude. And I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about this other bullshit. I want to talk about that. If you want to be down with me and you want to be one of those viewers that watches that, then do that. If you want to be there to see, what does Chris say about the life of comedy now and who's into what? I don't want that. I don't want a million views.
All right.
I just don't.
Yeah, the man that doesn't get a million views anymore doesn't want them anymore. That's interesting, isn't it? The guy who doesn't get many views anymore because of his said indiscretions, all of a sudden doesn't care about views anymore. I think that's really interesting. I think that's really fucking interesting. Don't get me wrong, he still gets a decent amount of views for what he, considering what he's done alleged to have done in his past, and for what's happened and stuff, he still does get a very decent, especially the pod he does by himself. Congratulations. But let's not act like, this guy wasn't Mr. Views at one point, he was getting those Theo numbers before Theo, Chris was. But anyway, all in all, the threat that Brendan said to fucking Mark Maron was fucking crazy, overboard and unnecessary. Again, most of it was not even a real threat, was more so a signal, as Shades Cow said, to Rogan that, hey, I'm your best boy, I'm your best bootlicker, I'm your best shoe polisher. That's mostly what it was. But I just think the notion that, these guys are espousing that Rogan cannot be criticized, cannot be dissed, cannot be mocked, cannot be laughed at in public is kind of insane. It's kind of insane to make it seem as if Rogan's beyond reproach. He's beyond being teased. He's beyond being fucking ribbed. He's beyond being called out. It's fucking insane. Really is fucking insane. But again, these guys are all aboard the Rogan train. They're all aboard the bloody Rogan train. Cool. Let's move on from that one. We did a bit of that. What else we want to do here? We did the regs. We did a few bits and pieces here, right? We did the ASAP Bari fight. There's a fucking. Let me do this one as well, actually. Where is it? There we go. Wale speaks about the blog era. For a while, so this is a clip courtesy of a person called Zad Cozy. Let me put this on the screen. Big up Zad Cozy. Big up Zad Cozy. The caption says, Wale agrees that he had a lead in the blog era for a while before Drake took the lead, and says that for whatever reason, he never had a close relationship with Drake. Let's play the clip.
Nah, but me and Sean, we always been good. We did that show at the High Line before your album came out, and I was talking to Damien about it earlier.
When everybody was at?
Leo DiCaprio,
Jay-Z. I saw a picture of that recently.
Drake. I remember Drake.
Drake was asking for tickets.
Drake. We went and got Drake outside and brought him in.
Nah, I think
he was there. At that point,
all right, it was all there. It was all locked in. It was all locked in. It was all locked in.
It felt like, tell me if I'm wrong, you had a lead in the blog era.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
You had a lead.
Yeah.
Then Drake came like,
yeah,
but you had to leave.
Yeah.
You ever see Drake?
What, lately?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't seen him. Last time I seen him was at maybe one of Sean Dickinson parties in LA. Like, and briefly, like, how you go? You good? Yeah. How the kids? Kids good? Yeah. All right, peace. We never had a close relationship like that for whatever reason. I don't know. But I mean, we good, but we never just not as close as like.
Yeah.
Y'all acting like this liquor.
Man.
Can I get water?
Hey, man. Yeah.
They acting like this is tequila. I need some water, man.
You got a little shot of water?
Yeah, a little shot of. Good looking, bro.
It feels like that beef kind of, to most people, was like the end of the blog era run.
What beef?
Like the Drake and Kendrick beef. Like that was like
Oh.
the point of like like whatever little camaraderie.
Whatever nostalgia, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like that was it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it ended earlier before that. I think maybe when everybody stopped like really like working, like everybody stopped like with each other. Like, I think, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the game does to you. You know, people's inner circle do that to you, and then life happens. You know what I'm saying? But once everybody stopped like really like rapping together, or maybe the numbers decided who's working together, I think it kind of ended right there.
When you look at the Seinfeld projects, you realize, like, you remember when we had Seinfeld?
Real shame, man. Real shame. Like, it's just, I'm sure it's just the nature of the beast in the industry, but it's a real shame how everything's played out. J. Cole, Wale, Drake, they're no longer really friends, are they? Even Wale and J. Cole, I'd say. And a lot of these guys are very deep. They're very introspective. They take their music very seriously. They're not in it for the clout for the most part. They're in it for the love of the art. So these are not the type of people who could just record music together, even if they're not friends. They have to be cool. We got a lot of the cool songs. We got a lot of the cool projects. We got a lot of that cool ambience. A lot of it. Because I still remember that clip. There's a clip. Remember that clip of fucking Drake going to that CD store and buying a bunch of J. Cole albums to support J. Cole during his album release day? Like, that was a real fucking little click, you know, of good vibes and shit. And, you know, maybe it's Drake's star power. It got the best of them. You know, when you're the number one guy, it's hard to kind of share. It's hard to consider others because you're just focusing on yourself and everyone's focusing on you two around you. But it's a shame that they never were able to kind of keep some level of friendship or whatever, or even just professional, you know, admiration. So they can continue working and we can continue getting great music from them, you know? It's kind of sad how it all plays out. And most of it is probably not even their fault. Like Wale mentioned, most of it is to do with the labels, most of it's to do with managers, friends around you who are talking in your ear, telling you different things, and also just time in between, innit? Time can sometimes affect relationships more than anything, you know? Not actually checking in with somebody, not actually having the ability to kind of, you know, shoot the shit, share a drink or two, share a meal. It can actually create more distance and create more issues that aren't there, because if you don't have that time to speak to each other, you end up filling in the gaps and the silence with your own narratives, with your own fucking tales, with your own beliefs, with your own ideas that probably aren't rooted in any kind of reality. But, you know, when someone's not talking to you back, you're like, you know what, let me just fill in the gap. So that's a really sad part about it. But I have listened to the recent Wale album and I really do recommend it. Again, this is maybe more of a topic for Taz. But the recent Wale album is really good, man. Super introspective, super emotional, and just really good music. Like, really fucking good music. He sounds incredible on there. So I recommend you check it out. Really good album from Wale. Big up... oh, really? Big up Asad Aziz. AZ, did you hear Brick Baby is pleading guilty to his Fed charges? Raw, Ted, really? Are the Fed charges he's pleading guilty to, do they pertain to... do they pertain to the gun charge, or they pertain to the whole RICO thing? Let me check on Twitter. Maybe someone put it on, or if not, I'll go on YouTube. Is that true? Big Baby pled guilty to federal charges today, faces 92 months in prison. Damn. Heartfelt following the passing of baby Yuli. Big Baby pleaded guilty to federal firearms charges stemming from 2025 gang-related sweep. Trenches News claims he could face 92 months in prison, though many of the additional accusations have been publicly confirmed. So, how about the other charge for the guns? Did he get arrested for that? Isn't 8 years a good am I big up Asad Aziz? Am I bugging or is fucking look at fucking Charleston White.
And if you bother me, 50 cal on your mother.
Actually, I won't play that because it's gonna make me close. But am I bugging or is that not a good sentence, brother? Isn't that okay? 8 years, considering what they got swept up for. If he pleads guilty, he gets 8 years. That's not bad, no? Really? What was the Fed? Hold on. What was the? Is it the rolling 60s, right? Fed charges. Big U, the prominent figure, both known long-time leader, rolling 60s, and the charges against Hanley and 18 other alleged members and associates of the gang are part of the federal crackdown of a mafia-like criminal enterprise. Here, look at the charges, though, Assad. Honestly, I think 8 years is okay. A 43-count indictment, racketeering, murder and violence, extortion and robbery, fraud, embezzlement, human trafficking and tax crimes. 8 years, brother. That doesn't seem too bad to me. Maybe I'm bugging out. Maybe I don't know the streets and I'm not involved in shit, but 8 years is pretty decent for that, no? And isn't he also a felon? Didn't he also do prison time before? And he had that outstanding gun charge, right? Didn't Big Baby have that outstanding gun charge that everyone keeps talking about and saying that he snitched on something? Or am I bugging out? Didn't he have like an outstanding gun charge before he got set up in the case? I guess for his rap sheet, maybe a good deal, but sheesh, a guilty plea for a decade is wild. That's still a decade, yeah. And you say you have to do 85% of the time. So 85% of 8 years is what? 6? Okay, maybe you're right. I don't know. 8 years is not too bad for those charges, bro. But then again, if I'm saying that, what's fucking Big U gonna get then? If they're offering Brick Baby 8, what's Big U gonna get? He might get double digits, innit? Big U might get some double digits on this shit. But I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's that bad. Let me just double check if anyone made a video about on YouTube. Let's see if I'm maybe mistaken about this. Let's see who said anything here. Compton. Is he legit? Let me see. Who can I listen to and give me good news on this? Maybe Trench's News. Yeah, let's do Trench's News. Let's see what he has to say.
You want to support me? Go to Nene Marie 37 on IG and purchase a signed copy of my book. That's how you can support me. Make sure you smash the like button. Go right now.
Be out Chris Mack. If you catch a felon in possession of firearm charge in the feds, the punishment is mandatory 5 years, with the max sentence being a life. If he was a felon with a gun, 47 counts and 8 years is too good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had, again, maybe Asad Aziz can clarify this. But I'm pretty sure Brick Baby had, what was that thing that fucking Wack was always talking about Brick Baby snitching on? Do you guys remember, Assad? There's a thing that Wack was always going at Brick Baby about. Oh, you snitched on this case. There was this case you snitched on. Something. Was it guns? It was guns, isn't it, right? Yeah, that was the one. So he had a gun charge. I don't know. 8 years seems okay to me. Jesus. I believe, what's it called? Big up, I believe Brick wasn't involved directly in the Big U case. I think he was his own charges and not. I think he was involved. I'm pretty sure he was involved, no? In the Big U case. The Rolling 60s. Hold on. I'm sure he was in that picture, no? He's not on here. Oh no, you're right. He's not on here. Oh no, there he is. You're right there. I knew I saw him on the picture. He's right there. He was involved in the thing. He was wrapped up in the same thing. He's there. Look, there he is. Brick Baby. What's his name? What's his Zahir? Zahir. I never heard that name. What's fucking Zahir? Zahir Mitchell. Yeah. There's Loose Cannon, Tremaine Williams, Big U, Eugene Henley. Yeah, he's right there. Fuck, man. He was only mentioned in the case, but I don't think he was charged. Okay, fair play. Let's see what Trench's News have to say about it.
Follow me on TikTok at Trenches News 3837. Yo! It's your boy Trenches News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for everyone who subscribed to the channel. If you ain't subbed to my channel, make sure you do. Make sure you join the membership. Shout out to all my mods and wrenches. Remember, if you got anything extra, I said extra, not food, hygiene, clothes, bag it up, take it outside, and give it to the less fortunate. Remember, we all one step away from being homeless. Mother Nature could come destroy everything, and now you're homeless, so make sure you get back. With that being said, let's say the women, the kids, the elderly, the neutrons, and the civilians. It's Saturday, y'all. Make sure you keep your head on the swivel. Remember, CPD can't save you or your local police department, so make sure you're aware of your kids and your surroundings, y'all. All right, y'all, I got 2 stories for y'all. All right, y'all, first story we talking about is Brick Baby. Brick Baby has copped out to 92 months, which is 7.5 years in federal prison. We talking about that, and we talking about THF Bezu. Now, I know we seen the camera, and it looked like they was sitting on him, but according to the worker that was there, that ain't the case, man. Somebody from the inside helped, or somebody in that parking lot helped the killers, man, with zoo location, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button so this video get around. If you got Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Twitch, y'all already know smash. He had a lot of federal charges. He had like 2, 3 guns. He threatened his baby mama on a wiretap. They had his phone wiretap.
See, I told you. This is okay, man. I know it's a long time, but considering the amount of stuff that Brick was involved in, I think 8 years is not too bad, bro.
Has pleaded guilty to federal charges. He had a lot of federal charges. He had like 2, 3 guns. He threatened his baby mama on a wiretap. They had his phone wiretap. And then the gun on no jumper that Adam zoomed in, his boss zoomed in on for the feds.
Oh, that gun when he was like stretching his hands, in it, stretching his arms. I don't know who he was trying to intimidate, but he was sitting down and he stretched his arms up to show the gun on his waistband.
And he had a shooting too that took place in a parking lot. But he had got a sweet deal, if you want to call it sweet. He got 92 months, which is 7.5 years. So we won't see Brick Baby for at least about 6 years, man. Won't see him only on the podcast, what he do from the prison, man. But I will be taking Brick Baby off the list as number 4 in the Lil Durk and the OTF stalking murder for hire case. I don't think Brick Baby got nothing to do with it. Why you say that, Trenches News? Because if Brick Baby had something to do with that, ain't no way in the hell I'm finna take 7 years on this case, and I know that I'm finna have to go down for this, or I'm cooperating. You gotta remember, the person who number 4 is, they ain't in the public or none of that, so we don't know who they is.
What do you guys say? Is there a possibility that No Jumper's still around in 7 years? Is that possible? Is No Jumper still around in 7 years or in 8 years, wherever he comes home? Does Brick Baby still come back to No Jumper? Is No Jumper still around in 8 years? That's the real question. Is it even going to be around in 8 years? I'm not too sure. Okay, let's hear what Trenches News said it's a sweet deal. Let's hear what Compton Rick has to say. What does Compton Rick have to say? Trenches News says it was a sweet deal. I wonder what Compton Rue has to say. Compton Rick. Big up Assad. Nah, LMAO. Not a chance. Adam 16 will meet his karma by then. Yeah, maybe a Vlad TV interview. Yeah, true. That'll be kind of live though. After 8 years, that'll be a proper. That interview will do fucking numbers.
All right, man. Look like we got an update on Brick Baby, man. It's easy to get in, but it's hard as hell to get out, man. It was a song that went like that, easy to get in, but it's hard to get out. Anyway, man, Trenches News, and this one is titled Brick Baby Pleads Guilty, 92 months in the feds. 92 months, man, that's a long time. Man, it's crazy. It seemed like right when a person is getting their life on.
So, yeah, this person's agreeing with the Assad Aziz, isn't it, I guess if you just look at the number of months and the years, it seems a lot. But I think if you take into context the charges, the RICO, the path he was on, I think 8 years now to sit down and calm your horses and come back out a somewhat reformed character and focus on just the content, it might have saved his life. If he was like, not to be morbid, but there's no guarantee that Brick Baby wouldn't have got into more beef and pass if he was still on road. He was moving kind of wild. He was moving kind of reckless. People forget, just before he got locked up, he was going kind of heavy on the drugs. I'm not too sure if the drug taking was a way to deal with the impending RICO, if he knew what was happening. But Brick was kind of crashing out, man. He was kind of doing a little bit too much. So maybe going away for a bit, you know, I wouldn't say getting clean, but like, you know, sorting yourself out, calming down a bit, may be a good thing overall. It's still 8 years, right? 8 years is still 8 years. Like I started to say, it's close to a decade, isn't it? It's a long, I know it's a long time, but all things considered, not that bad of a deal. Not that bad of a deal, all things considered. Maybe it's the fact that he had to plead guilty to get the sentence and it's still kind of high. But I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is the life you live, innit? You knew he was going to probably spend some time in prison. I guess it was just about how long it would be. And I think 8 overall isn't too shabby considering the situation.
On track, getting their life in order. That pass, man, that pass will come back to hunt you, man. It'll come get you. And in this case right here, it looked like Brick Baby.
Yeah,
pass.
big up Aziz. I'm not saying he wasn't entertaining. I enjoyed him too. I just think he was doing a lot as well during that time. He was entertaining, great. Everyone knows that. His own channel, he was fucking killing it, doing the little streams and stuff. I personally liked his fucking driving streams and he was talking shit and whatever else, especially with his daughter in the back seat. But he was also crashing out in a way. Maybe not to the extent of like anything bad happening, but he was getting himself in a lot of passes, in a lot of things, in a lot of back and forths and whatever else it may be. I mean, like, I don't know. I think it should be a good thing going forward, because I think when he does come out, I think he's just going to focus solely on the fucking content. I don't think he's going to fuck about with the streets and all that shit. I think he's going to be so locked in with the content because people do like him. He's a big personality and shit. Brick Baby was basically Anne Hefe before Anne Hefe, you know? Anne Hefe is kind of taken the Brick Baby spot a little bit. He's not as beloved, but still, Brick Baby's got a lot of love in even the No Jumper universe. And those guys are not the best, you know, they're not the most free loving people, the No Jumper fans, you know? It takes them a while to warm up to their host and their fucking whatever. And they love fucking Brick Baby. They loved him from the moment he started.
Came back to hunting. The good thing is he had action that only get 92 months. Forget about No Jumper. You could go in jail just like everybody else. Get you one of these phones and you can run you some content in jail, man. Look like Loose Cannon lost his phone privileges ever since Sharice Mills then left. We haven't heard or seen him on the internet. But yeah,
yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? That's a good point. What happened to Loose Cannon? He's lost all his loose privilege. Like, allegedly he's divorced from his wife, right? What happened to Loose Cannon? Yo, those guys are moving reckless. The first couple of weeks they got arrested, they were on pods like every week. Like, brothers, calm down, sit down, chill, man. Like, listen to your fucking legal representative. Why are you on the phone talking about things happening in the prison? Oh, who got beat up? Who's this? It's like, Jesus Christ. Loose Cannon's a loose cannon. I'm curious to see how much time he gets. I want to see how much time Loose Cannon gets, because that guy, like, that guy is a menace.
Brick Baby, man, you could tap in with No Jumper, get you one of them phones, and you could work from jail. Everybody else doing it, you could do it. But that's crazy, man. Brick Baby just had I believe a new baby who wasn't that old. She'd be 92 months? She'd be I don't know how old she is, but she'd be old enough when you come home, man. She won't be your little...
Oh, yeah. Big up, I saw the care in the... Yeah, he carried that old man. Didn't Luce also do that thing? Didn't Luce reveal that that fucking Big U was doing the fake fucking robberies at the weed stores? Remember that whole narrative? Allegedly, Big U was offering protection to weed stores, but he was obviously getting his inside job. You know, classic mafia shit. You get your guys to fucking rob the places, set it on fire, and then the next day you're like, "Hey, you guys need some help. You guys need some protection." And I think he was charging these fucking smoke shops like 20 grand or something a month for protection. and fucking Loose Cannon just said it on a podcast. I swear I was on No Jumper. He just talked about it completely. Like, fucking hell.
Your little baby used to carry on your neck no more. That's the sad part about going to jail when you have kids. Leave these kids out here, man. Hopefully that woman stayed out.
Oh yeah, big up Peen. Oh, that wasn't a happy moment. I'm a big fan of Brick Baby too. I didn't like the way Peanuts gripped up fucking Brick. Had him all fucking, you know. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that.
with you. Normally when a guy go to jail and get time, man, those women, you know, they get lonely at night, and you got somebody with a slick mouth, man, that'll slide up under them girls, man. But long as she take care of you and do your part, you shouldn't care, man. We players. I'm gonna tell you what I do. When I went to jail, and everybody, not just me, everybody, when they go, the first thing they do is call their phone. Hey, look, man, you could do you. I ain't tripping. I left you out there. Do your thing. Just don't leave me hanging in here. That was the old rules. But anyway, we're gonna get to this trenches news, man. But before we do that, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Cool, man. Cool. Fair play, man. Free Brick Baby, though. Free Brick Baby. Fucking hell. That's kind of a bummer to hear. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of a bummer to hear. It's still a good deal, all in all, but still a bummer to hear, man. Free Brick Baby. Free fucking Brick Baby. Continuing on with No Jumper news, actually. Let's play this clip too with Adam22, where he speaks about Sharp with full community clips, or full community podcast. I'm surprised by this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised he sat down with these guys, because he said some really fucked up stuff about Comparada when they were having their little back and forth, and Compa was more with fucking Lush and shit. He said some really bad shit about Compa. I know he's not the best podcaster. He gets a bit too fucked up and shit. But I'm surprised they're sitting like Clout in LA is weird, because in another walk of life, Compa would have never sat down with Adam22 after what he said. He would have put hands and feet on him. But for some reason, he's sitting down with him on a pod like it's all sweet. It's like, Clout is like funny, man. It makes people forget any type of disrespect. Really, really funny.
What's up with you and Sharp, though? What's up with Sharp? I know at one point he was like one of your hottest hosts. And
I think he was carrying for a while once like AD&T Rail left, yeah.
And he was the most loyal one, huh?
But I feel like the Sharp era kind of like was over by the time they left. If you really break it down, I don't think he really had viral moments after they left. But whatever. Yeah, you know, I feel like Sharp just started to believe that he was the guy. Like he would go on Software Underbelly, do a couple million views. They were mostly like hate watchers who have like a crazy dislike percentage. And it would just be like all these moms and shit talking about how this is the kind of predator that you need to keep your daughter away from. But like, to be fair, he was doing millions of views. So it's like, you know, he's looking at himself like, I'm the fucking guy. So then I do an interview with Mark from Software Underbelly. And he tells me like, yo, this dude Sharp that I had on the podcast, you should have him on No Jumper. Like, he would be a great host. A lot of people have suggested this idea, et cetera. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's try it out. We try it out. From the get-go, my idea was, Sharp, you need to sit down with girls. People see you on Software Underbelly talking about girls, but they don't see you on like camera with girls.
Yeah.
And so we do.
Honestly, Adam, that tech fleece, that tech suit is too tight. He needs to remove that right now. He's already too old to be wearing a fucking tech fleece anyway, but that tech fleece is diabolical. Look at his legs, bro. This guy's built like a fucking stud. Like, what the fuck? Like, he needs to remove that tech suit immediately. That tech fleet, whatever it is, he needs to remove it immediately. That is way too tight, and he does not have the body pores to wear tight clothes. He looks a mess. Like, what the fuck is going on with that outfit? Look at him. Like, honestly, for real, look at that. What the fuck is that? That's vomit inducing. Are you not like, why does he wear that anyway? Is it like a signaling thing? Is he trying to like, I don't know, be funny? Oh look, I cover like hood stuff, so I'm wearing the hood uniform. Like, you're a grown ass man. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a person his age wearing one anyway in real life. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever seen a person in their 40s wear a fucking Nike tech fleece. What a bizarre thing. Yeesh.
It, and it is just fireworks from the fucking beginning. Like, so many crazy episodes, millions of views, but it was all crashing out. Like, and it was really like the girls weren't crashing out. It was like the girls were pretty normal for the most part, but then he'd be freaking out on them. And this is really at the time where like the Manosphere type content, like Fresh and Fit and the Whatever podcast, that was kind of at its peak. And so then you have Sharp, and he's kind of more of like the pimping side of things, and it was working great. But at a certain point, girls started coming in and they were already prepared for Sharp.
Oh shit.
But I don't think this is true. This is a very unfair reflection or some summation of what Sharp was about. Because that whole shouting at 304's content still exists now. Whatever and Fresh and Fit still do the same thing. Just the other day, I was watching an episode of fucking Fresh and Fit with Academics, Milo, and a bunch of fucking OnlyFans girls. It's a tired concept. It's a tired fucking theme. But it still works. People still tune into that shit. So him saying, oh, that whole stuff was dying, it wasn't. He just fell out with Sharp. Maybe because Sharp was making too much money and he didn't like the fact that he was, flexing himself and feeling himself, whatever it may be. But him trying to act like it was a purely business decision and just Sharp wasn't pulling in the views. That's why it's like, no. You guys fell out, like personally, for whatever reason. But let's not act like that content of like screaming at girls wouldn't still do well. No Jumper. It would still do well. They have enough girls from the nightlife, sex, work fucking industry anyway, that'll be more than happy to go on the stream and to go on the show with him. And he seems to love Sharp shouting at girls, good old Sharp. It will still work. He's just being weird because they fell out on like a personal business level.
Yeah. So they'd come in and he'd start talking shit and they would just sun him. And like, especially like, I remember there was one episode with some black girls and oh my God, like he just tried to talk down on them. And they just violated him. Like they were just like they came fully knowing that was gonna happen, and they just tripped on him on some gangster shit. It was fire. But
they didn't. He's misremembering it. One girl did it. There was 3 girls in a group. I think Sharp was going at them, and one girl kind of stood up for herself a little bit. But again, it was great TV. It was great YouTube. It was great content. It was great TV. Like let's act like it wasn't.
And there were other examples too. Like even. The one that really to me was like an aura killer was when he had Masika on the podcast, and
Masika is
Fetty Wap's baby mama, and she also was on like Love and Hip Hop and a bunch of the reality TV shit and stuff like that and everything. And she, to her credit, pretty smart chick. Most of those girls that he was arguing with were like the most random OnlyFans girl ever. So then he's with Masika. And Masika, already knows that he's on some fuck shit.
And she squabbles.
And also, she's smart.
Yeah.
She ain't fucking Albert Einstein, but she's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Smarter than his ass. So she just sunned him hard, like could not back him into a corner at all. And he ends up getting so frustrated, he walks off the podcast, his own podcast.
Oh, shit.
Aura.
Yeah, I think when
What about you and all your escapades? Isn't your aura at an all-time low? Like, I don't know. Maybe he just couldn't share the limelight because he wants to be the main guy there. I do think the falling out with Sharp was really lame. Because Sharp was the only one really holding down No Jumper, defending Adam, and he's the only one that didn't leave. Everyone else left to do their own thing. Sharp stayed for a long time after the fact, when it all went kind of belly up. And he still was trying to suck off Adam and be his friend still, but Adam was obviously showing him his ass. But I think Sharp got done dirty a little bit by Adam 22. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was deserving of more loyalty. But again, Adam 22 is not really a friend guy. He's like Joe Budden. He treats people kind of poorly. They're very disposable. Doesn't really give a fuck. So that's probably why. But I think Sharp deserved a lot more loyalty than what Adam 22 gave him. Really at that time, because he was really defending and holding down the entirety of No Jumper when they were going through their a rough spot. Let's say that.
When he didn't have the same energy for men, when I think there was a couple podcasts where fools were like disrespecting him, and he was kind of.
We had it for Kelpie. Water.
For Kelpie, because
for Kelpie, right? Oh yeah, and then the damn homie thing really sent it into a spiral. But I also feel like a lot of it. Thank you, sir. A lot of it was that he saw the comments that were basically like, yo, this dude is just a J-Cat. This dude is just here to crash out on chicks. This dude has no substance. He's a fucking loser. And I think he like internalized that and decided like, oh, I'm going to start doing all these podcasts with like other dudes and random rappers.
That was a downfall.
And to be fair, like some of the interviews with like famous pimps and shit did pretty good. But for the most part, like people just don't really want to hear you interview like some random fucking rapper kid, so like that side of things. I think that was like a pride thing.
What's wrong with trying to expand your offering? Everyone was criticizing Sharp for only screaming at 304s. He then goes and tries to branch out and do other things. Then you mock him for going to do that and not just sticking to his bread and butter, which is screaming at 304s. But a minute ago, you said that's the only thing he can do, and he gets tired after a while. You got to pick. Which one do you want? Does he innovate and try and, you know, develop his skills and interview other people and have a different offering? Or does he just keep doing the same thing?
Thing for him, though, is that he kind of stopped booking interviews with girls. And also, like, you got to remember that, like, me and my team were the ones who were feeding him all these fire chicks.
Yeah.
Like, Sky Bree, Kazumi, fucking Cherie DeVille, like all these like
Cherie DeVille.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. You a swinger?
Nah.
Hey, freaky alert.
6'9" guy. I had her in another pod.
I'm just kidding. She's amazing. But I'm just saying, like, we were hooking them up with a lot of like A-list talent.
Come on. It's not hard to get a girl on fucking No Jumper for Sharp to scream at. Let's not act like you were booking fucking, you know, A-list celebrities. Like, let's chill a little bit. Adam needs to relax a little bit here.
Yeah.
And then when it came time for him to like book his own girls, well, you got no riz, brother.
You got no riz.
You ain't got no hoes.
She don't feel bad about that? That he's like,
that he ain't got no riz? No, I feel totally fine about it.
He moved to Vegas and he's all alone now. He looks all depressed, all skinny.
But it was a weird fit in the office in general, too, because you got to remember, like, for a long time, he was just in Vegas. So he would just fly out real quick, do a bunch of podcasts for a couple of days, and then fly back to Vegas. And then at a certain point, he moved out to LA and got his own spot and started, like, streaming and just kind of, like, it was weird, though, because it's like, I always saw Sharp as somebody who was, like, kind of social. And I thought that it was good because people seemed to like him. So I'm like, you know, I'm getting old. I'm in the crib. I'm not really going out on the weekends and shit. I'm not doing the socializing. Like in the beginning period of No Jumper, the whole reason why No Jumper was even a thing was because I was outside. I was just like going to every single underground show and I was going to every concert and I was just like around people all the time. And that's how I built a network and that's how I...
It's kind of crazy seeing them talking, honestly. After everything Adam used to say about Compa, it's kind of fucking crazy. I wish I could get some of the stuff up. Let's see if I can find some stuff. Adam 22. This is Compa Raider. Let's see if I can see some shit. There you see Adam 22 this Compa Raider. Oh, in a rap. There you go. Blacklisted Compa Raider. What do you say here?
You know, it oftentimes does not benefit you to be nice to people, particularly when you're like tolerating them in an environment that they don't deserve to be in. Like, for instance, Comparator, I already realized a long ass time ago that you can't podcast your way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in your hands. I sound like Lush Uno saying some shit like that. Woo, tang, whatever. Compa, you suck at podcasting. Like, legitimately. Terrible. Like the worst who ever did it. No cap. The worst. And I see you even mentioning my name, bro. I gave you so much light. Everyone who knows about you through me. Through me giving you an opportunity. And then you go diss me? Okay. You're blacklisted for life. And reminder, you suck.
Yeah, big also Sharp actually built up his own channel on his own as consistently in our streams. Is commendable whether you like him or not. Yeah, exactly. I used to love that. Like, he doesn't do it too often now because I think he made too much money. I think Sharp is getting a bit lazy. I think he made some really good AdSense money the last few months, which is why we don't see him around too often. He's out and about living his life. But yeah, those late night streams on YouTube are really good, man. Like, and the thing about Sharp that you have to be given credit for, he's not talking about like current topics in his streams. He streams for like a couple of hours just talking about, I don't know, commitment, talking about women and stuff. Like, he doesn't even do what I do, where I'll just go through topics and whatever's happening. He just kind of freestyles. It's kind of impressive in his own way. It's kind of impressive. Actually, let me check out. Has Sharp got an Instagram? What's he doing? Sharp1 Instagram. Let's see. Is it Church or something? What's his Instagram? Oh, there he is, Sharp. I follow him, right? Yeah, I do. Big up Sharp. So, where's he been? What's he been on? What's this guy been on lately? 10 hour ago clip, 22nd of November. Yeah, what's this guy been on? Not seen him in a while.
To hear this morning, but here it goes. PSA for you, man. You dig? If you run around like a chicken head, don't be mad when you get feathers for money or even a relationship. Let that sink in. You read? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get what he said there.
Hey, man, top of the morning, right? I gotta say it. Happy Sunday, first and foremost. But I gotta go ahead and get this one off my chest. For any of you chicks that be running around talking about you celibate, must have been fucking your ass off and had to give that kitty a break. Let's keep it a band, baby. You ain't celibate. The lips just a little tired. You did. Hey, man, top of the morning.
What's his story saying? Okay, he's doing some pimp shit. Is that recent? Oh yeah, it's 12 hours ago. Okay. Raw, he met Cat Williams. A night under the stars, the players and the prayers. Thank you to Sir Cat Williams. That is sick.
I don't know. That's why I asked y'all.
So Sharp is outside living, man. Sharp is outside living. He's living well. Sharp is outside actually living, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Your mama said he probably is. I don't know. That's he's shining.
Fuck you, man. Yeah, there he is, man. There is fucking Sharp. He's outside, man. He's outside with the folks. He's outside with the fucking folks. You love to see it. You love to see it. Pick up Sharp. He's actually outside. Fair play. Fair fucking play.
Yo.
Fair fucking play. Yeah, there he is. He won another award. He won another award, it looks like. Looks like he won another award. Big up a side. This is the original Streamers Award. Is hilarious. Yeah, there's Cat Williams. Cat Williams made a special appearance. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, Sharp is outside, man. Sharp is outside with the peoples.
We need more.
He's outside with the peoples, them. Love to see it. Look at the shoes. Look at the sparkly shoes. Sharp out here stepping with the sparkly shoes, them. Love to see it. Yeah, Sharp is out here winning. Let's see what Adam 22 is out here hating on Sharp, but Sharp is out here winning, man.
Got podcast guests, so it's kind of like weird that I don't do that at all anymore, you know? So it's like I was looking at Sharp like he could be that guy, and then instead he moved out here and never did anything. He never left the house. He was just like, and it was weird too because he was drinking that fucking Crown Royal shit. Oh, no. What was it? Rosé.
Rosé?
The rosé. He'd be on the news guzzling that shit. He'd be coming into my office at noon, just talking a mile a minute about some random bullshit. We tried to do a serious meeting with him, and he's just spitting ism. He's just talking game talk, just straight up, well, church, when I was 14, it was like this. And it's just like, bro, like, what the fuck? We're trying to talk to you about, like, taxes or some shit. Like, it was just like, he was so burnt out, and he was so in denial about being drunk as fuck. And then also, like, the No Jumper team, you know, somebody like Laura, who I mentioned, Laura been a part of the team for forever, for like 8 years or some shit. And she is kind of like the gatekeeper for getting a lot of interviews and shit. Never mind like scheduling interviews. Like if you bring your own person to the table, she's still going to be the one like scheduling it, sending them the information, whatever. So like he burnt the bridge with her. He was just like mean as fuck and weird as fuck to her. And like, you know, it's like he just kind of like burnt bridge every bridge possible. It was fucking whatever. It's like, and even then though, I didn't fire him. But then he fucking started, he just randomly on stream one night just started talking shit. Because I remember I was at like a food carnival with my girl. Like we went to a fucking food carnival thing with like, you know, all these different like booths of like weird experimental different foods or whatever. It was cool. I saw Chief Keef there. I'm looking at my phone. The fucking Reddit is exploding fucking about Sharp talking shit about me. So I'm at this fucking food carnival. And then I'm also kind of like sneaking off to like, oh, he said what? I'm like listening to it in the corner getting mad. I'm looking at Chief Keef like, I hope he ain't mad. You were ready, huh? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like that was what set me up. Then I literally that night went home and just like hopped on stream and just talked shit about him. And
their numbers.
I had a Red Lobster tattoo on my forehead. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he blew out of proportion. I think he couldn't share the limelight. I think he should have been more low to fucking Sharp and held him down, considering how low he was to his platform. I think that's lame. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's hella lame the way he dealt with Sharp. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was hella lame. I don't think he deserved to get dealt that way, especially considering how he was defending No Jumper and fighting their battles. He didn't have to do it, but you know, he went overboard to really fight against the community FMW network of people, and he kind of got, you know what I mean, he kind of got dashed to the side once his views started to like dip a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be fair, but what do I know? Okay, I'm gonna play one more thing, then I'm gonna bounce, I think, because I've got work in the morning and shit. But let's just quickly check out. I think I saw Academics made a comment about the Mano thing. I want to see what Academics said about the Mano thing. He finally replied about the Mano diss. Okay, part 1, part 2. There we go. Let's hear what Academics had to say about the Mano thing. I'm really curious to see what he has to say. This should be interesting. So you guys know, right? Mano called Academics. Mano said Academics was built like a lesbian, right? Let's see. I'll put that first and then I'll show you. Mano, this is Academics. Someone should have this, right? Someone should have this, right? I want an easy one. Where is it? Someone must have this, right? Okay, cool. Let me grab it on fucking X then. Where is it? Yeah, he called him. Yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Yo, we back with another episode, man. Let's rap about it. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling great. Yo, Academics, check this out. Academics.
What's up?
Academics, I know you're not talking. 100%. I know you're not talking. You got the audacity to be speaking on niggas and what niggas is wearing? You talking about what niggas is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what niggas is wearing and their age? Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a dyke. I feel like you built like no, listen, 100%. Listen, I feel, let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built. No, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You see, here's the thing. Like, this ain't no gangster talk. We ain't gonna do no gangster shit. But listen, what I'm saying, since you want to speak about, young niggas and old niggas, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old niggas. Ain't no difference between young and old niggas. It's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period. Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game though. Timbs, Air Force Ones, Pelés, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was made hot in this generation here. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s, and we made popular. So like, leave niggas out of that. Like you giving it your opinion. And my opinion on you is, I think you built like a fucking a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem. Niggas been talking every day. We wake up, niggas is saying shit about us, and we ain't. Yeah. We take the high road every time, but we got to put things in perspective, right? You got a nigga that probably spent most of his early life afraid to really be and couldn't be in the in crowd, was insecure, couldn't take his pants off in front of women. You understand what I'm saying? So now 100%. Yeah, 100%.
This
is ashamed, right?
This is crazy law, by the way. I don't know if Mano knew this about Academics, but this is a crazy bit of law about Academics that only real Academics fans know, because he got exposed by Selena Powell. He got exposed by that other girl that he was dealing with that took a picture of him while he was sleeping and leaked all the pictures of his like sex stuff and whatever. he's actually does have a little dick. Like people say it, like it's a known thing. You know, Selena Power exposed it. Said he's got the littlest dick she's ever seen. And that picture that came out of him, you know, where he's like doing stuff, it didn't look that, you know, whatever. So I'm not too sure if Mano knows about that or if he's just assuming that academics have small dick energy. I don't know, but I do find that interesting how he mentioned that because it's something that only the real heads will know.
Because listen, I know. Listen, you know, part of being a senior citizen is that you still outside. And I know the hoes. Everybody know man don't know the hoes. So I know the hoes that these niggas be DMing and all, and I know what they say about these boys. They call that boy you know what they call that boy? They call that boy chicken. Chicken for chicken nugget. Stop playing with me, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, micro nigga. I'm a big dick dictator. Stop playing with me. Everything I say, nigga, when I say go, nigga. Stop playing, nigga.
Holiday edition.
Stop playing. Yeah. You understand?
And with that being said, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, man.
So that's what he said about academics. Let's see what academics has to say back in reply. Let's see what academics has to say in reply. Let's see what he has to say in reply.
That, this is that. Yo, Mano, let me give you the details real quick. And this is why I told you, boy, you couldn't win a rap battle. Don't come over here and think you could win a battle on these microphones where we're talking and we're trading ideas with me. I keep telling you, I'm Jay-Z, Kareem, Wilt, fucking Michael Jordan, and motherfucking Tom Brady rolled up in one. You can't.
Not gonna lie, he sounds scared, man. I'm not gonna lie. My guy, academic, sounds a little bit flustered already. Let me zoom in so you can see it properly. He already sounds a little bit flustered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm listening to him and he sounds like he's short of breath. Come on, academics, settle yourself. Reply back, academics. Come on, you can do it, brother. You can do it.
Can't fuck with me. Come on, stop playing. So let me talk to you real quick. When you talking about, let me hear what you say again.
Nah, it's either you understand or you don't. Period. Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game.
You can't give me no game.
Oh. Tim's.
Is that it?
Air Force.
Hold on. Let me just address that real
Was
quick.
that it?
Tim's. And when you speak about time, it's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't.
Respectfully, Mano, Jim Jones, y'all can't give me no game. Let me tell y'all the goddamn truth. Let me just break it down.
Okay, here we
and
go.
y'all can print this, put this everywhere.
Okay.
Y'all went from being lobby boys to the pod boys. Y'all was hustling on the block of being in the streets. Then y'all was hustling with the microphones and being rappers. Y'all over here trying to hustle on my block, the block that I built. The shit y'all doing, I helped build, nigga. Remember that. So y'all can't talk about lame because I never came to y'all block. I ain't come to y'all block like, I can't get no money. So listen, could I sell a brick over here? I can't, my shit slow over there. Could I start rapping? No, nigga. Rap slowed up. Nobody listening to y'all. Facts. Right? Y'all couldn't clearly get nothing in, well, I don't want to encourage nobody getting nothing in the streets. Y'all on my block. My block is a podcast broadcasting block. You on my block. I can't be lame. The lame nigga created the block you're fucking with. Ask about.
It's a good point. It's an alright point. It's an alright point to make. He's screaming a little bit too loud for me. I think when you scream loud like this, it means you're a bit scared. You know, he's screaming. I know he normally does scream, but his octaves are a little bit too high for me. You know, his decibel levels are a little bit too high for me.
About it. While you're sitting there, I helped create this shit. I'm one of the reasons radio is dead. I did that. The lame nigga did that. So if I created the block you coming to hustle on, boy, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing. What you?
No, I don't think he's saying he created podcasting. I think he's trying to say that they're trying to call him lame for being a podcaster when they're podcasting themselves. I don't think he's saying he created podcasting or streaming. I think he's saying he's been doing his own thing in the podcasting streaming world. And now because their music careers have slowed down and aren't as profitable, they're now doing the thing that he was doing from the very beginning. I mean, they've kind of jumped on the wave late because that's one of the only things that's making money. So he's saying by default he can't be lame, which is not true. You can still be lame, you know? Just because you started doing something first doesn't mean you're not lame, you know? That's actually one of the criticisms academics could probably never shake. he is inherently not cool. You know, that may be part of his appeal. That may be why he has such a big fan base, because a lot of kids out there feel like Akademiks represents them. Because, you know, there's not a lot. I don't know. You don't really meet a lot of black people that are not cool. You know, especially in music. Most black people that you meet that work in music have a level of coolness about them. They just, you know, they just carry themselves in a certain way. They dress in a certain way. They're just cool people that people like. Akademiks might be the first one that you've noticed that, you know, he doesn't look like he can dance. He doesn't really look like he's cool. So I get why people say the stuff they say about him. But the truth is, you know, they are doing the thing that he's doing. So by default, he can't be lame, but then he still can be. I don't know. Let's continue.
What you talking about? What you talking about? Y'all went from lobby boys to pod boys. It's not happening. What are you talking about? I never came to y'all block. I've been getting money here for 15 years.
That's true. What did he say? I'm confused. What did he say lame bit about? What was the lame thing he said? He said lame, right?
This is wearing?
Yeah, huh?
You talking about what niggas is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what niggas is wearing and their age? Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a dyke. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built... No, listen. I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You see, here's the thing. Like,
I think Ak needs to address these insults, like insult by insult, you know, and not go under like, I built this blog, I'm the king of podcasting. I think Ak needs to address these insults one by one. He really does.
No, this ain't no gangster talk. We ain't gonna do no gangster shit. But listen, what I'm saying, since you want to speak about, you know, young niggas, old niggas, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old niggas. Ain't no difference between young and old niggas. It's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period, point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game though. Tim's, Air Force Ones, Pelés, Avirexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was made hot in this generation here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s, and we made popular. So like, leave niggas out of that. Like you giving your opinion, and my opinion to you is I think you built like a fucking a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem.
So I can watch that all day. Let's go back to Akademiks.
Factuals. Y'all block slowed up. Y'all hustle slowed up. Y'all shit got shut down. Oh, let's move around. Let's get over to where Act got going on. Yeah, I built it. But here's the thing. I'll crack some light jokes.
That's the thing though. Big up friend of the show. I respect calling these jits lames. That's the thing, innit? Like, we live in an era where people think they can't be lame because they have money. That's something you see a lot of these guys do. Like, someone like an Ak, I think inherently believes he can't be lame because he gets money. He can't be lame because his money allows him to fuck girls. His money allows him to be in certain spaces, when really and truly you can still be lame with money. There's been many over the years. There'll be many until the end of time. But we live in an age where people think as long as you got money that you're cool inherently. It's like, not really, innit? Not really.
Jokes on y'all. I encourage y'all to come in. Come on in. Come on in. Shit slow. Come on in. I think you funny sometimes. Jim funny when he not too super mad. Come on too. It's cool. Fab used to have some funny jokes on some Twitter. Come on in. It's fine. But remember what I never came to y'all block. This is why when y'all mention lame and not lame, if the lame nigga created the block and you have to go to the block, who's the real lame nigga?
Not really. They're not calling you lame for starting the block. They're calling you lame because you act lame, not because of the. I mean, you can still be on the. You can still like, if he's using the drug analogy, right? If you're on the, I love how he used a drug analogy and said he went up to somebody selling a brick. It doesn't work that way, right? You can tell he's not really from anything, right? When he's saying, when you're selling on the block and you want to sell on someone else's block, you're like, hey, can I sell a brick here? What? Like, he sounds like a fed. No one's gonna say, hey, can I sell a brick here? Where can I get a... Imagine someone comes up to you in the street and asks you, hey, where can I get a brick from? Hey, young urban lads. hey, young urban folks, where can I buy a brick from? It's like, what? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Academics needs to come harder, man. Pause, but academics needs to come way harder.
You want to talk about it? I don't think you do.
Period, point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game, though.
Oh, you're giving me the game. Bruh, it's a joke. I was just joking about the headband. The shit look a little antiquated because the content I watch y'all give out is not age appropriate. Y'all not giving age appropriate shit. Y'all giving energy like y'all YNs, but y'all 50. So when I'm looking at y'all, I'm like, well, the aesthetic didn't match. I made a light joke. Who gives a fuck? I'm not no dresser either, but Mano ain't about to give me no damn. He ain't about to give me no fashion lesson. Mano, you're not giving me a fashion lesson, bro. Like, there's a couple niggas that could do it. You're not doing it.
He still looks better than you. Let's be fair, he still looks better than you, Academics. That's a horrible outfit, but he still looks better than. I don't think Academics has a single outfit in his wardrobe that's better than that. Let's be real. Like, yes, it's a bit of a crazy outfit, right? The denim jeans with the denim overcoat with like the pops. I don't know if they're pop socks or what those socks are over the Timberlands. It does look like a nutty outfit, but Academics doesn't have a single outfit in his wardrobe that's better than that.
Not doing it, Mano. Mano, you are not doing it. This is you and the lobby boys and the pod boys. Y'all are not doing it. Y'all look like...
Again, Mano has a better outfit on than Academics has ever had in his life. It's a little bit baked for me, but still, come on, Academics, man, come on.
Like a bunch of gang handkerchiefs. Y'all are not doing it. I'm sorry. Like, nobody's ever said, look at Mano for the drip. Mano, don't get mad at me and try to beat me up.
I don't like that. Oh, that's so pussy. I don't like that. That's so pussy. Mano, don't get mad at me and beat me up. I don't like that at all. What happened to the Academics I knew and loved? What happened to crashing out? What happened to what happened to the Academics I knew and love? He's copping, please. Mano, you can't dress. Ha ha ha. Don't beat me up. Nah, come on, Academics, man. Wow, he's really scared, isn't it? That's why he's not. That's why he's not able to diss or clap back well, because he's actually back of his mind. He's actually preoccupied and worried about what he'll say that might make those guys crash out. Oh, come on, Nak. You used to not care, man. What happened?
You're the one who... Yo, listen, this is my field. I wouldn't get in a rap battle with you, even though I don't think you can rap that well. But still, like, Jim could rap it, but I wouldn't get in a rap battle with Jim. Like, y'all come to my field. This is my block. Hold up, now. Like, come on. Like, yo, well, come on. What are we talking about? This the drip that so this is the drip that I was supposed to take from... Bruh, the full jersey with... This is what? This is what y'all talk about? Hey, listen, everybody know I can't dress for shit. But when this thing is trying to give me a history lesson, I gotta Google to see how he's been dressing. What? Hold on. Hi, hater. I see you. What the hell? Nah, yo, listen. Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Yo, Mano, respect.
I think he still's better than Academics. That outfit there on the right looks better than anything I've seen Academics wear. So I don't think he has anything to say, really. I think Academics is a bit stumped.
Respectfully, Mano. Respectfully, Mano. Like, we have to really, like, what are we doing here, Mano? Mano, I love you. Remember, I just seen you were taking shots together. Mano, do not get mad. I do this to everybody, and I had to give y'all the same energy. But
that laugh, bro. What is that? What is that? That laugh. That laugh. I don't like it at all. That's what that looked like, bro. That laugh that he did looked a little bit like that. That laugh that he did looked very much like this. Academics going out real sad right now. Academics, come on, Academics, man. Fight back, bro. Fight back.
Don't get mad. Yo, Chad, I see why niggas want to beat me up. Because after I'm done roasting them, fuck the words. It's time to fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, Chad. I see it. I do see it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look at y'all niggas, man. Anyway. All right.
Tim's, Air Force One.
Okay. He's giving me the breakdown. Okay.
It's Pele's.
Brother, this is not 2003, but okay.
But it's important still, though.
Aver-
It's important, though, academics. You don't know any. Come on, it's important, though.
Rexes and all the things that you see people wear today. Those things was.
Okay, part 2.
They called me Chicken Nugget. Said you DM'd a couple joints. They called me Chicken Nugget. What did they call you?
Fuck, nigga, what you mean?
Have you chased Uber down before?
Never.
Angry point. You got.
Yeah, you just
was
take
mad
that.
As fuck when
You
you
was mad as fuck.
she
You gotta
comes out
accept
and
it.
jumps in the Uber. He be in the parking lot mad as fuck.
Yeah, you gotta accept it.
Damn.
So then how do you,
You
make
win
it
some,
feel
you
at that
lose some.
The angry point.
This what got you as a strip club because your expectation.
I mean, listen.
was not be.
Damn. So all that outside shit, they were still playing with you like you was an inside nigga like me.
What?
Mano, this is why I keep telling you, y'all now hustling on the block that I built. Because when y'all rap, y'all look cool. The more y'all talk, I gain ammo that make y'all look lame as exactly the people you trying to claim as lame. Remember that. You're on my block now.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't done with you. Okay. I just want to see the popping shit that you were speaking about. Here we go. Oh, let me finish.
Waitress.
Yeah. Up 45 minutes later.
So before you know it,
nobody's there yet. at this
No,
point.
it's almost over. It's dwindling down.
Oh.
And you
trying
like
to make an early exit.
Yeah.
And she still got you there to the end of the club.
Right, and then you like,
End of the
yo,
night.
But she left.
You walk by where she just walked into,
and now she's not there.
And security like, nah, she left out.
It's only Maine there.
She left
Another
as
nigga
herself.
like Maine.
She didn't leave naked. She left
a
as
bunch of
herself,
dancers
and you don't
left.
know how
That's
she
it.
looked as a person. So she-
Yo, man, I want to let you know, your boo that you defending, Fab, he got the jokes for you. Because Fab knew the game from the get-go. He not waiting for the strippers at the side door hoping that they come out to fuck after you spend 10 bands. He knew that was for the show, and if you fuck with a bitch, she gonna fuck with you regardless, and she gonna fuck you regardless. You're not paying to fuck, actually, in the club.
She walked right
All the
by you
late
as a
night
person.
main
No,
niggas
she wasn't naked.
Couple Maine.
She went through the back door.
You main niggas is dead.
You wouldn't
Couple Maine still waiting around.
100%. I've been
About to get
known
hit
to
with
go
the
back.
Same shit.
What?
I've been known
All
to
the bitches left,
pull
man.
back up, brother.
They left her.
By the way, Mano, don't get mad at me. We're potting. We're arguing with words. We're going to take a shot together when we see each other. We love each other. Do not get mad. Just like how you have online info about me that, maybe I've said some stuff that you're like, man, act lame, act whack. Thank you for potting. You've now given me info about you. And me analyzing that, you look a little bit, okay. You're telling me what type of nigga you are. Because when you were rapping, you were talking all that extra shit, you seem like a different person. But now that you're potted, I'll find out the truth.
Already.
Because I've been
They snuck out the
Promise.
back. They left in a helicopter off the roof.
Yes, whatever. I'm going to go back. I gotta.
Did he actually go through the insults? What insult by insult? Is he just I think he avoided some of the other insults in it, which makes sense in it. But he should have addressed the insults, insult for insult, and clap back. But I think he's wasting more time with this clip. It looks like.
And
That
no,
shit is
I gotta-
traumatizing.
Yes, it's
bro.
traumatizing, bro.
Sitting out there waiting all that time.
Mainly you're traumatized by the strippers you wasted hundreds of thousands on. It's okay. You were traumatized. It's okay, my boy.
Yeah, big up a case of Moses. Yeah, exactly. Media personality is actually just the worst if you think about it. Vlad, I can make your button. Most of it's because they were never clothes guys anyway. All those people you mentioned were never fashion people. And then the other reason is because the American entertainment media industry, they feel like when they wear things, they need to stand out, They don't wear stuff based on what they like to wear or style. They wear stuff essentially to signal that they're doing well and to obviously stand out, bright, light, whatever colors, logos and shit to kind of make them feel like something, That's basically what happens. But I think the fundamental reason is because they're all not clothes guys. They've never been clothes guys. If he gives a guy that doesn't have any style loads of money to buy whatever they want, he's still going to fuck it up because he doesn't know what he wants exactly. Doesn't have a set parameters of style he kind of abides by, just buys whatever's on the on the horizon, which is obviously not a good way to develop your personal style.
Now, Let's keep going.
Being met.
This is probably the most polite I've ever seen academics on a clapback. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's keep going.
Nigga, come on, micro nigga. I'm a big dick dictator. Stop playing with me. Everything I say, I nigga, they call that boy chicken.
My name is Chicken George.
Chicken for chicken nugget. Stop playing with me, nigga. Come on, micro nigga. I'm a big dick dictator. Stop playing.
The big dick dictator. That's a big dick dictator. Now, I get it. Hey, listen, Mano, you're going off the deep end here, Mano. I didn't think we were going to talk about sexual escapades and how we handle it in the bedroom, but you're the big dick dictator, right? Chat, here's the thing. You want to hear how the big dick dictator gives it up? I got you. I got you, chat. This is how the big dick dictator gives it up.
What are you talking about? It did it for all them years.
Did you like that?
Huh?
No, what was the role play? Yeah.
The role play.
What was the roles? This feels like it's going to be so
How does the big dick dictator give it up?
wrong.
It's so wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've
Oh my
never
God.
talked about this.
Ah, shit. Dun, dun, dun.
I like to be like a runaway slave.
Oh! Oh! Whoa! Oh, shit!
Isn't that meant to be a joke though? Is he being serious? Is that meant to be a joke? I think I could take that too literally. I don't know. Isn't that meant to be a joke? What Maynard said there. I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. Let's see.
The big dick dictator is a runaway slave? Mano, you know you don't fucked up. You can't fuck with me on this goddamn mic, man. You couldn't fuck with rappers and rap. You think you gonna fuck with me podcasting, nigga? Are you dumb? Nigga, I'll freestyle. Come on, bro. It's a reason when niggas like y'all see me, y'all like, yo, we gotta fuck him up. Cause it's like, right here, y'all can't win. The big dick dictator.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Huh?
No, what was the role play? Yeah.
The role play.
What was the roles? This feels like it's going to be so wrong.
It's so wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've
Oh my
never
God.
talked about this.
Ah, shit.
You should talk about it.
I like to be like a runaway slave.
Okay, no. Mano, what? Shit. Oh my God.
I like to play like a runaway slave.
Okay.
I like to play like
Kunta.
a disobedient slave with a white woman.
So tell me like what you
The big dick dictator.
It feels like
Whole
banter
time
to
I'm
me.
calling you Mano, I should call you Toby.
I don't know. It feels like
Whole
banter
time
to
I'm
me.
calling you Mano, your name should be Mano Kente. Kunta Mano. Kunta Kente. Whatever. Whatever one you want. Mano, you see you done fucked up, right?
say? Yes, Master. I was sorry.
It's just two. It's two of them. Like it's like me getting whooped, right?
Mano, you the big dick dictator fantasizing about getting whooped? Mano, stop it. Mano, you gotta cut it out. Mano, here's the thing. You claiming you DM'd a few chicks about me, which I don't think you did, because you're talking to strippers. I don't fuck with strippers. You're waiting outside a strip club. I don't do that. But now you're saying you're the big dick dictator, and now you're saying you role play getting whooped.
Slave.
Okay.
I like to play like a disobedient slave with a white woman.
So tell me like what you say. Yes, Master. I was sorry.
It's just two. It's two of them. Like it's like me getting whooped, right?
You get whooped?
It's like I play like you whipping, but most of them don't want to play like that. This nigga's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
nuts.
what white woman goes along with this?
They don't want to play like that. They don't.
Okay.
This is my. It's like, listen, you're gonna act like your master's. Your master's wife.
And I'm the runaway.
And I
slave.
just got whooped by Massa for eyeballing.
okay.
Yo, a chick, Mano, as a 53-year-old man telling a white woman that treat me like a runaway slave and whoop me like I ran away is diabolical. Mano, I've heard too many stories of you being gangster to actual niggas. No way you're getting whooped in the bedroom, but you're the big dick dictator. Mano, you see why probably you shouldn't podcast? Because you say things that academics has an archive on every rapper, a file on every rapper, because I'm prepared for this day for every rapper. That's the difference between me and you. Oh, yeah, you look like a jar of relish. That's cute. I'm going to come with the shit. I'm sorry. It's the reason why my name is Academics. I'm going to come with the shit.
He thinks he's doing something, and that's a funny thing. He actually thinks he's crushing it. I don't even think it's that good. I think he's really taking. He doesn't understand satire or sarcasm. I don't know. It seems like what Ameno is saying in this pod is clearly a joke, but Academics takes it seriously. Maybe it's seriously. I don't know. But yeah, Academics is not. I don't know. He doesn't have the same vim for Maynard, which is understandable still because Maynard's got his reputation and shit. Whatever, I get it. But it's kind of sad to see. In its own way, it's kind of sad to see. It is kind of sad to see. But anyway, people, I'm going to leave it there. It's 4 a.m. now here. 10 past 4 in the morning in London town. I've got a jam-packed work day tomorrow. Jam-packed working day tomorrow. Thank you for those of you who've been tuning in. Appreciate you. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Honestly, please do that. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like. Hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Smash like, hit subscribe, become a member. That also be appreciated. We hit a 500 member goal for the end of the year. Let's see if I can achieve that. You never know. There's also a fundraising achievement, obviously, for the pod in general. If you want to support that and donate, the link is in the description. All things are welcome, of course. So for the fucking Berlin Fund, we're out here 20 days. For the next 20 days, I'll be out here live streaming. So if you want to support that, make sure you click the link in the description to donate and shit. And yeah, there's a link tree there also to join the Discord. Please use that. And yeah, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another 7 days. First 7 days in the books. First 7 days scratched off. Second 7 days starts off next week. And I think for next week, actually, to really drive the fucking memberships, I think the next 7 days will be members only. I think I'm going to do members only in the next 7 days. And I think if it's possible, I'll also try and drop a member video each day as well to really get the fucking thing going. You get me? So keep an eye out for it. It'll be coming for you tomorrow. I'll be here, ready to go, ready to rock. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. But for now, take care. Happy Monday. Hope you have a good start of the working week. You know me, I'm a weirdo. I love a Monday. I fucking love a Monday. Monday's my favorite day of the week. So it's time to refresh, start again, turn a new page, all that good shit. So hopefully you have a good start of the week. Monday, get after it if you can. If you are recovering, try and recover on the Monday and get at it on the Tuesday or whatever. Just attack the Monday as you can. And I'll see the rest of you guys again tomorrow, okay? But for now, peace out, people. Peace out. Peace.